Thank you so much, Sierra. It's me and Marks giving you guys a perspective of this best of 5, showing us who's going to make it last in for the play-ins. Marks, everything on the line now. These guys have already faced each other. It's about to be a banger.
Oh, it's going to be a crazy matchup today because, I mean, the Dust did a really good job of setting up between these two teams, specifically that we're getting this run back onto this map. And some of the stuff, yes, I want to take a look at is smoke on that chamber, because I think that last time we saw this, 2Game was doing such a good job of suffocating that chamber out, making sure to avoid that operator at all costs, and then come in with some extremely unconventional strategies. But one of the big things that we've also been talking about watching SRB throughout this tournament as of yesterday was that maybe that was just a bit of a comfortability factor, because they looked like a completely different team once their players got activated.
Yeah, once Contra was on the board, these guys put him on the chopping block. When it comes to 2Game, though, some of the best things that we saw from them, Brinks on this map, doing so much, so dynamically, enabling Gobera as well. I saw some of the most creative Jet Omen combo plays, getting Gobera over top mid's wall and having a smoke prep for him as well. There were some really cool things going on from 2Game, which is why that map was able to get flipped just a little bit. I'm wondering if it's going to be possible to penetrate the defensive or the defenses of Shopify Rebellion Black, because yeah, in that Contra game they really brought it back. I didn't see a single gap in their gameplay. No player was stressed too much from playing a main and playing something in mid. It's going to be really interesting to see what both teams have learned now after having some runs on this map.
Yeah, what was the word? Transitive properties? You know, obviously,
they were using yesterday. Yeah.
Like when you take a look at an SRB, they still, you know, they pretty single-handedly destroyed Contra on this map. I think that is pretty much understood. But at the same time, 2G still looked really damn good. And I like that you bring up that whole Brinks point, because Brinks was one of those players who was not afraid to get aggressive, go for those deep teleports, get that flank pressure online so early on, whether or not it was on the attack or the defense. And that was one of the things I think Shopify Rebellion Black really struggled against. But if you know SRB, you know that this is a team that is going to take a look at what happened, also given the fact that they had more tape based on the 2G versus Contra game, and they're gonna have something prepped up here, or they're at least gonna be a little bit more aware and make sure that they are adapting to punish some of those little things. So right now, what I'm curious about is how 2G can continue to innovate on this map and throw out some more unconventional strategies that can throw Shopify off their game, because as soon as that happens, then that's when that chaos ensues, and that's when 2G is gonna thrive.
Some of the examples of that was, I think, round 3, there was already a From the Shadows that stuck behind the enemy lines of SRB, led to a round win. Then you had like Thrifties, where things got crazy from 2G just flooding into B, making scrappiness their objective more so than even planning the spike, and it led to a win. Then in round 6 again, a From the Shadows deep behind enemy lines for SRB results in a win for 2G again. So it's the craziness we want to expect out of 2G, but it's SRB that's handled it now multiple times after losing to it before. It's all on, you know, eyes on Exa and Smoke specifically for this defense. They're doing such a good job at containing some of that pressure from the attacking side, whether it is 2G, whether it is Contra. Now they have their opponents on the board. We'll see where the fighting starts, and hopefully the defenses are ready.
Going up.
Yeah, already very standard wall here. We saw that wall get set up quite often in middle, but this time it is onto that A site, and it's literally just to funnel that orb towards QCK. We saw the value that QCK has, but this time Smoke at least dipping out, not alone, so a little bit of support. Make sure to find FRZ, and so that cuts off a lot of that initial flank pressure that 2G very heavily relied on in their last matches on this map.
SRB also did a really good job at making sure they were working together. I think teamwork was their tag the entire time. You'd always notice one person linked up with another, because Gapdo was this A side. A lot of the time there was not enough defenses. Exa going down, I think 2G will only expect one person here, but Shopify already have 2. Aren't coming in, a few people scanning all sides. Joe going to be avoided. Xander with the timing. This guy been so monumental at holding down the defensive side. Everyone's flooded in now. The trade's going through. Xander's doing a lot of damage, but things do go towards 2G's way. They found the site. Satellite, will he wait for the teammate is the question. Showing the fact that he is at heaven, but his flanker Smoke is a bit farther away.
Spike planted.
That's going to be an interesting retake here, but actually Brinks getting aggressive yet again. I might just find the timing here while Smoke gets ready. At least spots one.
Understands. He has to gamble up a dice. Brinks. What's the odds towards 2G's way? Smoke has to do it all alone now. Dark cover placed perfectly from Brinks, giving 2G so many more options to move around defensively. At the same time, both dropping down and might even walk into Smoke's POV. No, they're winning over at Hell. Smoke will go for that tap. Start to shake things up towards the bottom. Brinks low HP. I think he's maybe seen the read that it is. Yeah. Both players was the same side. Not enough time though. Smoke trying to get over to half to end that last shot. But 2G played that really well. Post plants were a problem yesterday. This time they're locked in, Marks.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy. And once again, it just comes down to Brinks. I mean, what did we say about this Omen? Always going to be aggressive. Always going to be trying to get that flank set up online. And that was the key to success there. After a bit of a iffy start with FRZ going down, one of the players we highlighted, Xander holding the site, really making it so much more difficult. But it comes down to that flank from Brinks onto Satellite to make sure that Smoke had no options available. So an excellent playground from 2G as they start us out with the very first pistol. And look at that buy up from Brinks and QCK. You know these guys are feeling it already as SRB prime themselves to go exploring outside of mid.
Oh, Brinks knows something's wrong. It's his Smoke. Spam's looking good. Farsi as well in his own domain towards B. As that Ghost can explore as much as he wants. Him dying is not going to be an issue or a problem. The virus spreads in mid though. FRC. A little bit of malware protection. 2 shots straight to the dome. Exa Satellite both down. Nice anti-eco containment. 2G looking to almost basically be flawless here. Yes, FRZ's down, but he had no investment in this round whatsoever. The money is looking good, and that double rifle buy up is paying dividends for 2G.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Brinks just knows, man. He's able to get that very first kill, and then it's just so much pressure. Like, you see SRB, they're like, oh, we were going to rush out, but actually, maybe we don't do that. And then FRZ with a pistol, mind you. So the only one who didn't really buy up is able to find a couple of very important kills. And when it comes to trusting players to have that individual performance, exactly like the desk was saying, FRZ is usually going to be good for it. And Brinks chopping things up yet again. And 2G, they're 2 rounds where they're facing almost no resistance against SRB thus far, but this is going to be the ultimate test. The full save up comes through so Smoke can get that operator in hand. So a win condition already established. And one of the things Nature said in the interview yesterday, this is Smoke's first time in a LAN competition environment such as this. And it took some time for him to get comfortable, but once he got comfortable, we saw exactly what that player is capable of on those long sight lines.
The big Smoke is no joke, and he's ready to get the scope ready at B. FRZ does like to walk through here. Is already taken down in pistol. But Smoke is not seeing anybody just yet. It's a cat option here from 2G. They know Exa likes to go back and forth, has very creative walls to stop things from happening fast on this side. Wall is not up yet though. Going for just a slow orb first. Gobera moves right past it, already in grass. Moving towards spawn. The drone will tag him out here. He's gonna have to slow down the rest of the team. Yeah, they pivot straight to market. So half the team distracted from SRB. No team link over towards this B side. It's just individual plane out from SRB. They're not used to this. Flanker inside their back lines as well. Gobera finding value but missing at the last moment. Nature now is linked up. 3 mans all the way on this B side. Are going to be able to spray on both sides. Smoke also still alive towards the back. Going to be aiming the wrong way, but he adjusts towards the last second. Gonna buy a bit more time. Fractured is 2G now. They had the advantage. They had the numbers and the time. Things are certainly and suddenly just dwindling away.
Such a 2G round. Just focusing on splitting them up, getting them nice and confused. And this time, Shopify hold a little bit stronger. Oh, a little bit of a timing. Brinks not able to escape. 3v1 now. FRZ only with an op.
I mean, those shots ring out slowly. The first one's got to hit here, and I think he was seen with the big barrel. So, actually, no, they have no idea where he is for the moment. Paranoia going the wrong way. FRZ gonna push forward, catches the cape. 2 more jobs to get done. It is possible here. Dark cover coming in. The counter to the scope. FRZ's got to get close and personal. 2 players. The first shot misses. Right clicks. He's worried, and a nice swing from SRB. The bonus, I think, is successful for 2G. A bit expensive now for SRB to win the round. They've done the damage, and 2G will have the bank to get back in the next round.
Yeah, and once again, just 2G running exactly what they want their game plan to be, that being disruption to SRB's composition. You look at how Gobera went so far deep into there. They did such a good job at selling that fake that it was just uncomfortability from Shopify Rebellion Black. But thankfully, the 2 anchor players between Smoke and Satellite hanging out on B site stall just long enough to allow the other members of SRB to get in position and punish the people who are trying to rotate in all while still giving them enough time to deal with Gobera, who's all the way shooting at them from the other side of their own spawn. It's unconventional at best, but this is where 2G tends to thrive, and we need to see them continue to add on that pressure, now this time with rifles in their hands.
Adelaide was doing a really good job at setting up trap molly plays as well. These guys are fast, 2G today. And Xander, first time I've seen him caught with his pants down all the way over to the A side. He's not ready for the aggression. Right, back stopped, but that's just going to be a bonus for 2G. Gobera is going to deny the drone fast as well. No information on SRB's side at all as to get ready for the push.
The spike goes down, and FRZ also just still hanging out on mid, so there's that unknown factor that SRB have to be aware of.
I'm looking at maybe even a 4-man save if they don't get something going in the next 5 seconds. First shot unscoped, unfortunately timing not there for SRB. Their defense is again dwindling. UCK gonna go for a bit of a flash. A nice pick there and a trade from Exa. A nice 2K. Again, time not on their side. They have to wait for this one. Brinks was looking heaven for the moment. We'll wait and see what's going on next. Gobera's gonna be able to get a pick and deny that heaven pushed it. Time still dwindling. The spike rattling down. Gobera is just popping off now. Nature forced to save. The defensive angles, honestly, were so good from 2G. The reality can't even keep track of what's going on. That's how well they're playing defense right now after the plant goes down. Gobera shooting shots, breaking space and time.
Yeah, it looked dicey for a second there. I think that Exa was the one who was able to at least give Shopify Rebellion Black a chance at getting back into that retake. But it was a little bit difficult to discern exactly how that post plant went. And no worries though, 2G. They make sure to be able to hold it down. And that post plant positioning being very foundational. And I think that Gobera is getting a lot more opportunity to get active in this game. Genuinely, when they faced up between the two teams, it really didn't seem like Gobera had that chance to really showcase what he is capable of. And that was one of the things that I thought Shopify Rebellion Black were doing such a good job of kind of keeping a handle on. But now the 2G, like, you can tell that these guys are feeling it. These guys are feeling nice and confident. They're ready to just kind of push things down, and a lot quicker pacing when they want to go for that fast play. And this is the hard part for Shopify Rebellion Black. Are they going to go fast? Is this just a fake? Are they going to try and swarm into another site? A lot of questions being asked just with this very fast touch and go gameplay style that 2G is adopting.
Yeah, 2G really switched up from how they looked yesterday against SRB. I know they even won the map, but it took them time to get those patterns down. There was confidence in a few rounds. You kind of saw the hesitancy in that bonus where they were not sure if they could hit the B site. But in that last one, Marks, they were so confident. You're absolutely right. I'm scared for SRB then, because their defense, although it is very good and team linked, that team takes time to get to each other. The rotations take a little bit of moments to happen towards A, running back over to B. And when they start to get, a bit more into those patterns of bunkering down the sites, 2G did a really good job yesterday of attacking mid and attacking cat. Once SRB started to go just completely confirming rotations. Tech pause for now. We'll figure out what's going wrong. I think what it is so far is the script is not going according to plan. SRB should be in the lead from what we wrote down. So we got to figure out
oh no
why that's happening. But we'll let you know the reason shortly. I mean, lots to do in terms of talking about the map pool as well. I was looking at all the maps and I feel like SRB definitely have the advantage here. Split, Ascent is a bit of a flip. Breeze as well. They look so strong. I'm not sure about their Haven entirely, Marks, but I feel like 2G have an uphill battle just based on maps today.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the biggest things that Shopify Rebellion Black are so focused on, right? Like when we've looked at them throughout the entire year and how they strategize and stuff like that, it's very clear. There's a couple of maps they're like, we don't touch that, we just simply will not. But then every single other map, it seems like they've got that practice, they've got that strategy, they've got a playbook set up, and they know what they want to do. Whereas we see some of the other teams, you can very clearly tell that not a lot of practice has been put onto some of those maps. SRB genuinely feel like a very well-rounded team, and that's what makes them so scary to go up against, especially in a best-of-5 format. As we get our tech pause resolved, so we will be going right back into the game here, and 2G, full rifles across the board. It's only going to be Satellite with that rifle carried over from that last round. But Smoke does have Sword of Force. Don't know if this is necessarily going to be the round where it came out. Don't know if I heard it just while we were in the middle of that tech pause. So it's going to be an unknown factor until potentially 2G push into that B site.
Like Smoke's position is very scopy right now. So as he's playing this with the Headhunter, surely he's going to back up a bit. I don't see that big scope. Might be active, doesn't matter. Satellite sees the barrel, but does not punish. Very, very just different looks from Satellite today. I feel like usually that is an immediate chomp at the bit of just denying space, denying life. But unfortunately, again, the momentum from 2G is just so fast.
Yeah, it's really just run the door down with the truck, see who's there, and run him over as well. That's exactly what happened to the Smoke and Satellite duo, which, once again, we've talked about how these two players synergize really well together, and at this point, you can tell Shopify Rebellion Black, they're not interested on that retake anymore. They're just going to be trying to punish some of those runouts after the spike detonates, try and drop some of those weapons to hurt the economy, and at least make it a bit more painful, as Xander still just kind of camping with the paranoia, but I'm going to be honest, I don't know how much value this one's going to find.
Might be a lot if he saves the paranoia. What? Stealing sight. Must be a fat finger. All good.
It's got to be.
I mean, that's good for SRB, and they're finding kills as well.
Great.
A little bit of disaster. I mean, the bank is still there. FRZ's poor. Globera doesn't have too much. 3 players actually losing rifles. Gafix pressing an extra X, I guess, to get the ultimate online. That is, you know what? Using the ult to win the round. I like it. It's a bit of aura, maybe. Who knows?
All right.
Maybe they don't need it. Okay, another tech pause coming in. We got maybe it's a tag timeout. Tech pause would have color, right? This is.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So a timeout maybe from SRB, just to get on the same page as to what's going on. The one thing that's happened that round, I know it's an eco, and a lot of the times, you know, you can skip those rounds in terms of what's happened wrong with the team. It's an eco you're meant to lose. I think Shopify might have gained a pattern, or might have seen something happening from 2G in the way they hit B site so fast in that round. Maybe there's still something wrong, and there's something to talk about from Satellite's perspective. Hey, they keep dashing the switch. Maybe Smoke has seen the way that utility's coming in, and he can punish it with some extra moves. We've already seen Exa going from a cat to B site. They're switching up their setups every single round. So timeout now too, while they're down 3 rounds. It's time to get the momentum back in. Sometimes it's not even about strategy. I'm excited to see what SRB switch up over here.
Yeah, and on top of that, once again, Effie's being the coach of SRB, really just focusing on the counter strat, or hey, let's make sure we're using our utility well and countering things. I mean, one of the things about all of the teams that Effie's has coached is that it heavily relies on that utility to be that big disruptive piece, be the piece that really just allows for a lot more easier gunplay to set yourselves up for success. It really feels like that is kind of the ethos on how things go there. And now let's see how it goes. Okay, Tour de Force activated this time. So Smoke did not have that activated last time. And boy howdy, good thing that was the case.
I mean, we got some comms active as well. So let's tap in and run these teams.
I'm holding my dart.
This is on Shopify, I believe.
Okay.
Defensive side comms.
I'll ping for you. Off my call. Flash B. Yeah. One was that today. Wait. Two, just 2. Cypher hit. Wait, double duel Cypher.
Cypher at 80.
Jet's push, yeah. Double duelist plus Cypher.
I'm getting in now with you.
You just reloaded. We're close. Might just re-up.
There's no cat. There's no cat.
Mid cross right now. I come in cast, but can we get info B? Like anything? Yeah, I'll just
I can, but he has all mid right now.
Wall's fine. Wall's good. Not breaking. Carry, guys. Just rotate one A.
I'm moving.
Smoke.
Joining
out. Coming on now, blinding.
Flashing. I'm looking. Yeah. Wait, I'm flashing again. Tree. Nice. 2, 100 omen. Tree. You can res.
Yeah.
TP maybe top gen. Yep.
Top gen tagged.
Might be slow tree.
Free side.
Is that front side?
That was like
yes,
back
his
side.
door.
Right here. That's
I just got TP'd up, yeah, probably. Res.
We can win.
Just come with me,
There's a gun on my body, Dylan. You can run out together.
Someone else to jump.
I will jump. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Done.
Player standing.
And dead.
Oh good. Can we rebuy?
Oh good. What's up?
All right, so close from SRB there. And from 2G, a very big difference in how they rotate as well. A lot of the times it cause a lot of ruckus noise when moving front and back towards these mains on the attack side. Shopify not ready to know exactly where they are. That cutoff of info was so huge for them moving all the way towards the A side. You saw in the comms, Shopify Rebellion Black had no idea they were already moving towards A until that drone hit up. The drop smoke was late. Xander already got scanned. The paranoia didn't have as much value, and that blaze wall was so good on the entry.
I want to highlight that point that you made about information. You could tell in their comms, SRB so interested in trying to figure out what is going on. Is this going on to this B site? Is it going to be a hit? And I think that that is the big thing that 2G are good at denying them, just because they move so quickly. And well, SRB, I mean, hey, it's still hard to really figure out what 2G are doing just with all of these different playstyles that they've shown them. I mean, it's not very complicated, but every single time it looks good that when 2G attack.
So comms and talking from every single player on SRB right now. Some of the reactions might be a bit delayed. Smoke, no rendezvous. Has to lock into this one. Seen on the worst back. There's a drone, 6 players, 17 shots, 18 satellites looking at him. There's no way for him to escape. FRZ finding value on the lurk as well. He's been embedded so many times on every single map throughout both these days. Against this eco, it's gonna be flawless right now. Gobera loves moving up grass, even against pistols. He's looking to just cause a lot of danger towards SRB, and there's no chance in this one. Gonna wrap it up quickly. Not that much value nature can get. 6-1 for 2G.
And hey, you know what? Gavex just 2 orbs away from getting the Hunter's Fury back online. So a couple rounds ago, all good. We're getting those ultimate cycles happening for 2Game right now. And they're looking very dominant when they just want to rush in and take over the sites. I mean, how do you even stop this flood in coming through when they're just kind of flying over you? Smoke, the player who we've highlighted as being so good with that operator in hand, so good at being able to find a couple of those picks, is just simply getting overwhelmed. This is one of the big changes I've noticed from 2G from yesterday, is how they're using now their utility to make sure that they isolate things and are flashing their way in onto these sites and cutting angles off with smokes while they insert themselves in all of these sneaky little angles.
Respect for the cage as well to kind of thwart out Smoke if he was there. No wall, no chance, no time to slow either. Look at that. Cam with a flash with the paranoia and Gobera. I mean, this is just a mechanics line. It genuinely looks like I'm at a factory watching people just create the most perfect round. Seamless is the entry. FRZ now not even lurking at all. Smoke is wary of it, but he's with the team. It's all about this last line. Xander, satellite, bunkered down on site. Gavex having trouble getting in. It's that hesitancy again. It's the last line of defense from Shopify. No fake here either. Xander just can't lose a fight. They're fighting back. Smoke has seen a body, but doesn't go for the pick. It's good information. Another dark cover. Up in the chances here for SRB. Gobera though, electric with the moves and the shots just a bit too fast. Grounding him is satellite. FRZ as well, slowly moving forward, battling down the body of Smoke, pushes him back, evaporates that angle for a second. Back over to lane, understands where both players are. Defo giving the confirmation of that information. All on him now. Isolates the first 1v1. Smoke is so far away. FRZ's gonna be seen. Nice flash from satellites. Look at that intuition.
Yeah, literally just mid-air gets caught by the flash and it all works out. But the big hero on Shopify Rebellion Black that time was Xander, who just hung out in the back of that B site, was completely alone, and still makes sure to be that very reliable anchor after Exa had already been gunned down. And, you know, when we talk about that difference in this Omen gameplay style, where we have Brinks who is so aggressive, so ready to just push in and take that space, Xander is excellent at holding space. We've seen how much of an impact Xander can have in just being on the site, and no one kills Xander, but Xander kills you. It's unbelievable how strong that intuition from that player is.
Now, Brinks is kind of the, I think, spearhead of the staff, you know, for the team of 2G. He's got to be there, do a lot. That's why his ACS is like, what, 50 higher than Xander's? Xander is like the biggest turning gear in the engine that is SRB. He's the reason that these guys get rounds on the board. He is the ultimate anchor in the ship that sails these best of 5 seas. And I feel like it's rare that he ends up losing a site. 2G have thwarted him a couple of times before on this A section, but that from the shadows was really good to lock that site down. This time moving forward again. Ball comes in, and as you can see, SRB will use that for information. Really good for Exa to be able to play off of it as well. It's really hard to entry and follow Gobera. SRB was doing this, isolating the duelists and then affecting the rest of the team. Exa, Mr. Kim, active but taken down. Nature up with the business once again. Has 2 different sight lines to look at. Does find a bit of value, and the hot hands makes it so that the link from 2G, the teammate play, is not available for Gobera in the best way.
30 seconds left.
2v2 is able to get linked up on the other side. Double swings. Gobera fails this one. Still working off that wall. Paranoia coming in as that cube falls. Satellite and Xander locked in on the line. 1 HP for Gabex. Up, down might be dangerous, but the shot is just faster.
I was sitting here, I'm like, there is like a 75% chance Satellite moves forward and just tries to kill him with the wall. It's totally possible. He's very low HP. It would be hilarious, but unfortunately, no. It's just good discipline coming through from Shopify Rebellion Black. And yeah, I mean, we talked about the power of the timeout. You see where 2G are pinging on the map. We got to go for the switch. We got to close that door. It's the same game plan when they go in on there. This time, a little bit of different positioning. Obviously, Exa on that stage, very predictable, going to be up front, is able to hold things down, find that single kill. But on the flip side, Nature is not anywhere close by, just holding that off angle and very ready to retreat onto site as soon as Exa finds some of those kills. And of course, they also get that Hunter's Fury out from Gabex in the midst of all of this chaos. And yeah, I know, we're kind of clowning on Gabex for accidentally fat fingering the ultimate earlier in this map here, but that time around, I think that was an excellent use of it. You know, you have a good idea on where these players are. Let's try and get them ASAP or try and reposition them to give us a little bit more space. So a good attack plan from 2G, but SRB are starting to dig their heels in, and it's seeming like this is one of those points where they could start making this a much more even half from what we've been seeing thus far.
He's done a really good job as well of being that deciding line on the defensive side. That last round, he was caught out with that pop out of the cage from 2G. This time, the timing is immaculate from him. A bit of a big switch up on the defensive line. Xander usually the anchor, working cat. X going to be up on the A main angle with one way. The rest of 2G going to be affected a bit by some of the losing rounds. Their economy not doing too hot. Still have enough to buy next round, but a few of their players not having the best utility, or should I say, power and firearms to approach this one. Smoke on a really interesting line will finally have a voice in this round. Teleporting across on a drone on main. Exa is being stretched thin. Xander is here to support now. Up through grass and main. Nature might get dashed on. FRC is locked down. The rest of the team can focus in on this gameplay right here. Gobera though, on such a crazy angle. Nature solves it in the last second, but QCK finds Exa. And now the ties have turned towards 2G. All on Xander, the hero of the game so far. Scanned with the smoke, but he can't find the kill.
Oh man, Hunter's Fury coming out, just missing a couple of these members. They're all so low. Okay, everybody, a little bit low there. Satellite is able to find his counterpart. QCK taken down.
Ranks moves forward, closes that door. Smoke still asking questions, but Nature has the answer. Understands that this is where the Stinger wants to be. I get affected by the timing though. It's still locked in on it. The Stinger's too strong. Brinks taken down by Smoke. The rest of the team knocks it down, but look at how much they pushed SRB to the brink, man. I mean, they had a bandit to start that off and a Stinger, and they still almost win the round.
You know what's crazy? I genuinely think SRB had a good idea of what was going on. It's just simply they didn't have a clean answer to receive that pressure. Round after round, we know that 2G are going to go into your spawn. We know that they're going to give you the whole runaround. We know that they're going to be up into your face. We're seeing SRB be prepared for that this time and mentally know that that flank is being set up. And yet still, exactly like you said, they get pushed to the wall, trying to make sure that they can scavenge that round away. It still ends up being an SRB win. You know, they're able to keep 3 of their members alive, which is awesome as well. But I think that once again is showing where some of those weaknesses in this SRB defense lie, and 2G need to continue to push the issue. It's just, this is not the best buy coming out across the board from them. Gabex only on that Spectre, and Gobera probably going to be popping those knives to supplement the fact that they don't have all those rifles.
Is a spammable space with the op. You can find a way to kill that Sova if he does try to drone from there, but I haven't been watching the Zix shorts on the side of SRB.
Here.
Bera, this guy's the key. Marks is talking about the weak spots. He's the one that's figured out grass is always a place where nobody is. He's the one dashing switch, understanding that nobody's on front site actually punishing a jet coming in. Sometimes, yes, Satellite is there, but he's easily overwhelmed. 2G says, let's just go towards the site where Xander has absolutely shot us down every single time. Every single shot available. Satellite will genuinely ping and find them all. This is an interesting decision from 2G. Confidence is there, but Marks, you're talking about the weak spots. Nothing at grass, nothing with the split, and they've been completely found out now. 2v4.
Yeah, FRZ Gonna try and make this one a little bit more doable here. Satellite, though, so aggressive as always. The flash actually connects. Exa spots him on the way out. And yeah, at this point, 15 seconds left, you know this is just gonna be a save. And I want to re-emphasize that point that you just made exactly. Okay, 2G, they need to go where they need to go with these unconventional strategies. That was the most conventional A main push that I have seen of all time. And look what happens. They just walk into the meat grinder. SRB are ready for a lot more of that very typical standard strategy because they've seen it so many times. And that's what this defense is really set up for. And well, I think the results speak volumes at just how decisive of a round SRB had, despite the fact that it still was overall a pretty strong buy coming out from 2G.
And 2G were trying things with having, you know, the knives supplemented for a class. It's just Spectre being like the weirdest thing inside that buy.
Yeah.
I mean, their buys have been just weird all around. Every single round, somebody has just a lower tier of gun. 2 Stingers in this one. They have just not been on the same eco the entire back half of this one. And I think as a result, they are suffering. They have to go for these weird strats, these XX that don't work for them. Slowly walking into smoke. Exa supplementing as well with his own wall. This is 2G not working the way they should be.
Smoke with Tour de Force and Operator. Make sure that those cooldowns are extremely quick in between those bullets. Exa, though, challenge this time, is able to find one, but Brinks gets the trade. All good, though. Nature has his back as well, and Gavix, from long range, that Stinger is not going to be doing you too much there, buddy. And now the reinforcements come through. Satellite finding the kill onto Gavix. And just like that, SRB, they tie up our half 6-6.
It's funny. I think Nature wanted to back off into sight and realizes, wait a minute, that guy's a Stinger. I'm gonna go right back. Satellite, get over here. Let's kill him. I mean, something happened towards 2G because the best things for them in that half were fakes, weird things in mid, working grass, hesitancy, and even hitting the B site because you know there's bunkering. They suddenly just switch over to FRZ not lurking and going for XX.
It really felt like it was that, hey, let's do all of our cool, fun, flashy stuff just at the start there. And then as soon as SRB found a couple of rounds, they're like, well, obviously that must not be working. So I guess let's go back to a little bit more of our standard Valorant strategies. But in my opinion, that is what they needed to keep on doing. They need to keep on innovating. They need to keep on showing us new things.
I think 6 rounds is still very good on the attack from 2G. A lot of the times this map is 7-5 defense sided, especially with the double sentinel. SRB have a lot of work to do to get onto these sites, but once they're there, a wall from Exa will be relieving a lot of the stress from the team.
Damage onto FRZ, and yeah, it's just complete zone out as SRB just completely take over. And I think that this was just a solid read as the spike goes down here. 5v5 on this retake.
The wall was used to peek over the smoke, so it's not going to be there to hold down door. 2G are wary of one of the lurks coming in. They haven't bingoed every single player on the side of SRB, but they're all locked down on site. I'm worried for SRB right now. They don't have that much space available on site. They have to fight through door. It's about to get war times. It's about to be really messy. First dark cover comes in. Door will break. Everybody's peering in through the smoke. Brinks can't find anything. Into the meat grinder is half the team, but 2G just does it better right now. Xander with a knife is trying to walk forward. Desperation. All on smoke down to 1v3. 4 shots with the headhunter. They'll all just miss. That's just absolute annihilation on the side of 2G and an unfortunate round for SRB.
It's pandemonium inside of that single smoke. Like, you look at the number of players lined out, and I think the count went up to 6. There's only 10 players in the server, and we're 3v3 inside of a smoke. It's craziness. But all the while, QCK was still holding on to that flash, and that wall was still available. And so a little bit of extra util after that initial scrimmage inside of the smoke. And that's really what allows 2G to continue to win things forwards. You can tell in the confusing moments, in the pandemonium, 2G, they're able to walk away out on top. They hold themselves just a bit better while SRB look a little bit more flustered. I think that Satellite is one of the few players who, you know, when it comes to a barnyard brawl, he's always ready to kind of get down, but a lot more of these players rely on their excellent positioning and aim to make sure that they can secure those kills. So once again, fun strategies coming out from 2G, help them win that post plant, and it works out well, as unfortunately we go right back into that technical pause. We've missed
last time. It was really fast last time, so the hopes are it will be here as well. Biggest thing from SRB in that one too, I'm not sure why we're locking down with the wall in main to peer over the smoke from Exa. I feel like on pistol round, you have to be using that wall in the most traditional ways. Finding value at blocking door or blocking heaven is just so much better. Even having a weird one on site, it's so good against pistols.
Yeah, you honestly raised an excellent point as well. And that was one of the things I was kind of watching on the defense, how Exa was using the walls, because the last time we saw these two teams face up against each other, I don't want to call them like fun walls, but it felt like we were getting a lot more fun walls where Exa was like
grim walls, yeah.
Yeah, hey yo, check this out. They're not gonna see me up here, and then would get gunned down inevitably. But on that defense, it really felt like it was like, okay, no more fun walls. Let's just keep it very standard. We know how to use the barrier orbs. Let's make sure that we're using it to help our advantage or either try to get that information. So now that we're swapping onto the attacking side, I think exactly like you said, we're probably going to be seeing a bit more of these walls used for that entry, but I think that they're an excellent space denial tool, which in my opinion is going to be a lot more important. Just knowing that 2G love to flood things around.
SRB's moving fast, flashing themselves getting out of the smoke immediately. This is like a 2G strat.
What?
The satellite. He's working with the classic, man. What is this? Is it allowed? How good is he? Day after day with the why does he buy a rifle? I gotta know. Genuinely, he's taking down ghosts. He's taking down specters, phantoms, everything.
Oh
Smoke
my.
is also online. Was that a tech pause or like a just? Did they drink something between them? What was that? I mean, investigate SRB. Crazy switching dynamics and just presence, ambiance from the team.
Yeah, you know, they got enough sleep last night and suddenly all those energy drinks, the caffeine just kicked in right when they wanted to go in onto the site. It honestly looked like they were taking a page right out of 2G's book at how quickly they just wanted to overwhelm the site. And this is one of those styles that we haven't really seen SRB lean into, a style that was very popular in Challengers North America because of how Envy, formerly Rankers, in that scene last year, really popularized it. And so when it comes to that playstyle, you know SRB got that in their pocket as well.
Thing is, they shouldn't have it in their pocket at all. That pocket should have holes in it. SRB do not have a dash duelist on the roster. If it's a smoke, if it's a cage, I know they have flashes, but they shouldn't be able to run it down as fast and break crosshairs with Phoenix, Sage, and Chamber on the roster. I mean, that is insane. So the fact that that works, I mean, is nuts. 2G, gotta check your defense. You cannot let that happen.
Feels like one of those things where the one agent from 2G who was on the site just got hit by all of the option paralysis in the world. It was like, how many places do I have to look? And listen, we've seen some crazy stuff come out of these 2G players, but I think just the number of agents that were running around was simply not going to be enough. It's very aggressive this time. Xander under a lot of pressure.
Be able to TP back. That's all a space gain, and they might even get a pick over here. Xander just having that stinger for now. You gotta know he's in one of two places. Gobert know about this angle? You gotta learn about the spawn, man. That's crazy. Not checking that one. Unfortunate for Gobert. Nature now gonna be able to break a few pieces of utility moving in. Some team flashes all around, but the slow orb is the reason they're able to move across. Blazeball as well with the jump peak. Is gonna be able to see one. Did they see the trap with two? Moving towards backside Brinks. Just a ghost to be able to work with. Not too much. And the jump's coming in. The classic NA peak should give Shopify a very easy way to earn the site against the Seco.
And this one is tough. Like, you look at the economy for 2G and how they played this round out. It's all over the place. QCK bought up a rifle here. They don't have the knives for the next round either. And so there's going to be some weird mismatch of weaponry yet again. To be fair, 2G, I mean, their defense really thrives on taking that early space. So I imagine a lot of the rifles will be funneled towards the people who are those people who take that space. But the problem being that, you know, it's going to be an awkward buy-up unless this rifle gets saved, which QCK very far back, so should be able to at least carry that one over into this next round.
I tried running it back and maybe getting a rifle for a teammate because they have clocked that SRB, you know, especially after yesterday facing them on this attack as well. Always like to leave one lurker, that being Xander on this side of the map. He doesn't have as many escape options, but QCK is
Xander's like, get out of my house.
He's like, wait a minute, this angle's so sick. Yeah, Gobert, you're right. I mean, we got to learn about this one. And then Xander's like, what are you doing, man? I know you just learned about this, but damn. It's crazy.
I'd like to think Gobert and the cops, yo, trust me, bro, this one spot, they're never going to check that. Yeah.
He did me so dirty. It's crazy.
Oh, man. But yeah, I mean, the value that Xander was able to get there just by finding this initial first pick, what it does is it really just denies a lot of that additional flank pressure that 2G really heavily rely on and was kind of the big confuzzling factor that SRB were having issues dealing with. It's an early flash out this time. Gobert gets flashed up, does have this operator in hand, but last time these two teams faced up against each other, honestly, Gobert kind of had a hard time when going in this 1v1 against Smoke.
Next time, he's the one with the diff. A little bit of a caster curse. He had no armor, so that outlaw would have hit hard as well, but Smoke was just not ready for that style of angle coming in. Listen in, I believe, with 2G in this one. See what they're thinking about, see how the comms are going.
Eu vou deixar meio, cuidado do mercado. Vou avançar, Gobo.
Eu tô aqui, ó.
Guys, alguém olha o gap do mercado?
Nada
Você tem bang pra gente fazer aquela?
Tenho.
É.
Pode ter matado o mercado aí, cuidado.
Ah, eu vou cravar.
Defende o bomb vocês, defende o bomb vocês e eu olho a varanda.
Tá bom. Passei pro bomb já.
Tô telefone log.
Vai ter ult do Fênix. Eu vou jogar girador pra bangar e eu tento quebrar esse spot.
Tá. Ult varanda.
Tô cego, Brinks, tô cego. Vou bangar o Fênix.
Você mata o...
Quebrei a ult.
Boa. Botei a mira long, Brinks.
Eu sou maluco, vamos pra esquerda, guys.
Bora.
30 seconds left.
Long. Boa. Gerador.
Tô cravado lá embaixo.
Pode ter voltado varanda, Gabi.
Varanda é meu, demorou.
Areia direita, gerador.
Ah, o Spike
A bomba tá long, gerador. Bomba tá long, Gobo.
Tá, fecha. Caiu.
Great job coming through from 2G. And you can just kind of tell, like, one of the big things that we talked about when it comes to their strategy is how they want to maintain that map control. And all the while, what I think is very telling about their communication style, once again, understanding that I don't really understand what they were talking about, but it was being very calm and collected around the space that they were taking. Like, look at the positioning of Gabex, even on the minimap right there, all the way pushed out of B after that first pick onto Smoke was found. And so they're all calming the information as to where the hit could be and immediately adjust themselves to prepare for it. And that's why SRB just walked into so many members of 2G just anchored on A.
Very smart keeping that information away from them. You're absolutely right. And then at the same time, the calmness from them. It's huge. Gobera finding Smoke again. And this guy was the difference maker in finding the weak points on the attack side. And now the operator going 2G's way. This is going to be trouble. The double up again into Xander, finding more value. SRB, their common patterns finally getting found out.
That's not looking good. I mean, the one thing is, though, that Gobera gets hit by that operator bullet. Not enough to kill, but goes down to 21 HP. Might have been a foot shot or something like that coming through from Smoke. Brinks, though, an excellent little cheeky angle here. This is a Phantom and gets spotted out. Oh my god, 20 HP left as he takes an operator bullet from Exa.
This wall might be the better one. Have to find some form of value here. If Brinks does go towards the back way, it will be a problem. Gobera understands where Exa is. Blaze wall able to cut these guys over towards the Jenny side, and that's where Gobera is not for the moment. They have gone all the way over to switch. The big shot going to be doing a lot of chip damage here, and Nature will not survive.
30 seconds
At Penance, FRZ on the flank as well, so things are wrapping around.
One enemy remaining.
SRB right now, and there's no chance for the spike to get planted either. This is just tough. It's cool, calm, collected. The positions that 2G have right now, pushing extremities when nobody's there, finding so much value for the team. These guys are playing and adapting in the most excellent ways. SRB kind of one note for the moment, and again, another round where their tune is found out.
Yeah, it just comes down to simple map control, in my opinion, for 2G, and how they want to control a lot of this space and just be so annoying in these positions. Brinks might, oh, nope, that doesn't quite find the timing there to be able to slap that rifle out of their hands, but Exa, just the only person who stays alive as 2G once again takes the lead, and it will be a timeout being called from the Shopify Rebellion Black Camp. Yeah, this is that shot right there. Excellent stuff from Gobera to make sure to continue to win those duels and start to heat up. And you can just see it's uncomfortable for Shopify Rebellion Black. They're in these awkward positions, and then it's just a little bit of util from 2G that makes it so that they're able to get those kills. And so let's see what SRB have as they expend their second time out here. The last time that we saw that timeout, it really changed up their tune. They were able to find methods of success. So let's hope that Coach Effie's is going to be able to find a place of entry to start to crack this 2G defense.
The one thing we haven't seen utilized that much is Cat and Market. They haven't really gone for any mid splits, but the reason for that is Gobera keeps getting first blood. Don't have enough numbers to try to work the fakes and try to work through mid and still keep people on the extremities. The biggest thing right now too, I think for the side of SRB, is just being able to fix their pacing a bit and not be as readable against 2G. I say there's a bit of extra stuff, but genuinely it is Gobera straight up making this a 4v5 for the last 3 rounds. That has been the biggest difference maker.
And that's such an important difference Once again, when we watched these two teams face on this last map, Gobera couldn't get activated. And I know one of the big things that was highlighted was how Smoke was getting comfortable there. It almost feels like now that Gobera is comfortable, we're seeing a whole new player onto this Jet. And what a difference it is making for this 2G defense.
Dodging the flash. Slow orb, though, aggressively. Not going to allow Gobera to really peer in for the peak. Gets scanned out. We'll still try to take a trade. And yeah, Exa is the one going down. That's all the utility needed to make this hit happen. They rely on a slow orb to make it past the defensive angle. On this side, from the Shadow Sword's backside, it's a defensive one, so there's no more support over here. You have to leave if you're SRB. You cannot contain this one. You've drawn out the paranoia for the A retake as well. And yeah, they read that. They understand from the Shadows over into Gelato from Xander. Gonna be able to pivot all the way towards the A side. Smoke, though, will try to find as much value here as possible. I think he does have a rifle, but he's looking for some headhunter shots. Gonna be smoked out, so dark cover again, not gonna be here.
It should be very readable, though, on the side of 2G. I mean, sure, QCK is the only person who's on this site, but hey, you got the global teleport. There's a smoke in middle. This should be very clear where they're going.
Can be clear, can be red, but how loud can QCK be? Same time,
30 seconds
right
left.
behind him. He's gonna be seen, and yeah, very quiet is the hold. RZ gonna be the first one to be seen all the way in heaven. Xander
Spike planted.
trying to read the angle. Habix is still on the B side looking for a rifle. This is a 2v4 retake. Oh my god. Okay, now rifle's just available. Gabix still alone all the way towards the backside, finally linking up with FRZ. Nature has that. Hunter's Fury is not going to use it. Double swing after the smoke. I mean, that's the dynamicism we're looking at. Dark coming in. Wait again for Gabix. He's not going to go for this one. Just elects to save the rifle. The timeout does work for SRB. Initial plans did not go towards their side, but the pivot works really well.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't even think that timeout was necessarily for this round, because this is the one where they were coming in with a little bit of a chop to buy. I think that they were just like, okay, we're gonna get our ultimates online. We want to make sure that we've got some tools so that we can win the next rifling round and get our economy on track. But that time around, I think that one of the, okay, we have to be so honest here. 2G, they're playing with a sub. I know we've said it a lot. We're gonna continue to say it, with Gabix kind of stepping in because Shinham could not get that visa in time. And so a lot of the identity of this teamwork and coordination is not looking as sharp as it is, especially given that some of these role swaps happen. Obviously, Gabix and FRZ both on Red Canids last year. You see a bit of that synergy kind of going there, but they're not able to make it happen.
It is tough, and I think it'd be even better for them if everybody was playing up to par. I think Gobera's finally got there. Brinks has been good every day. FRC is good with the lurks. One player I think that's kind of hidden from criticism, QCK. And in that last round, the anchor position he had to get at least one kill from where he was. I think day after day so far, I know he's had some good anti-eco rounds and those random flashes of a 4 or 3K, but I need to see some consistency or at least some payoff from power positions like that one that he was in if his team wants to stay alive. Right now, a bit of a broken by again. Gabix is on top of the Sage Wall. Classic will find a lot of value here. Play's gonna be crossed just to run it back, taken down for now. Nature with the readjustment into market. It's huge. Walk it again. And Satellite's gonna let him go through. Smoke does cover the run it back. So it is essentially kind of a 3v3, now a 2v3, and Satellite is being a nuisance from main. Might be smoked. He baits out the paranoia as well. Breaks is getting close and personal with him to really push him back, but he's still not solved. QCK, you have to go huge here. You have the utility available to you as well. I mean, it's all been used now. Satellite wins that fight, and Smoke is not missing.
Yeah, that's so important for Smoke to start to get online as well. That attacking operator being such a deadly tool. And on top of that, just good with the headhunter. I believe Gobera did have that operator in hand and was hanging out in market, trying to find that shot, not necessarily connecting. And it's just such a weird, awkward thing from 2G trying to make that happen. And I have to ask that question with Brinks and QCK just at the end there. Why would they not stay together when trying to push Satellite? It felt like they were splitting themselves up on that retake to try and isolate something when they could have at least got that punish onto Satellite, but it looked like the players were going in different directions.
I mean, there's any way of playing. Gobera getting insane with this one, by the way. Things like this is why 2G has 9 rounds, but things like this is why SRB is retaking the lead, right? You can use your crazy strats. You can use the element of surprise. Get yourself across the board, the fast hits, the weird pushes into, you know, these mains and grass, things like that. But at the same time, it's not the most consistent way to keep yourself in that lead. And as a result, if you don't have every player in form on that line, right? If QCK is not having the best game and you're going to be using Paranoia on a solo satellite rather than the site like you're saying, Marks, it's going to be some problems. FRC seen? It taps. Nice movement. He's got the dancing shoes on. Lockdown A for the time being. Now SRB, they're kind of in a pickle. Where do you go from this one?
Yeah, it's such a huge kill from FRZ, who's still just been so consistent even after this role swap onto this Cypher, and gets all of that information as well. Xander gets a little bit of a tickle onto him, but it's not going to be nearly enough, and now SRB can regroup themselves to start to move towards B.
You know where FRZ is? They've taken down Gobera. They should know that mid is pretty much open. Those are the two mid players for the team that have had the most impact so far. SRB still elects to go for main, and 2G, they call it out. Cabix has to find some value. He's been put in the air fryer, man. Set to 20 minutes at 400 degrees. QCK is the one to play with fire. 12 seconds on the clock. He could be the difference maker, the person that needs to get back in form. Delaying 6 seconds. Have to go for that plant. Oh, it's so good from QCK to win the round single-handedly.
And I think once again, that's QCK being able to find a collat twice now. The last round, I'm pretty sure it was just with a Sheriff, found a double collat headshot, and this time around just finds it with the spray down, even while blinded. His flash not even really connecting. And so 2G, they come back with a little bit of a vengeance, and it's these small destructive plays that I think they continue to thrive at. The overall macro is still better for SRB, but it's these small moments of brilliance that make them win.
The read in that round is amazing. Thinking that SRB will not even touch mid, both or all 4 players to split up and bunker the sites. That's the first good decision. Then I was calling out QCK. Brother, you need to level up. Do something. And in a round where it just shouldn't be possible, SRB usually wins that one. They smoke out QCK. He's able to handle the pressure of 4 SRB players on the exec. I mean, that is just nuts right now. Yeah, I'm getting a bit of information. This is the first time I see SRB actually moving towards the mid. There's no protocol for Cat. 1 person in market. QCK now being stretched thin between 2 sides. I don't think he has the total amount of utility to be able to hold it. So once this A main smoke falls, there'll be some trouble.
Look at this. Brinks, as aggressive as ever, is trying to find an angle here. Is going to be actually going into wine just to hold this down. But SRB, they're playing nice and slow as a default.
They actually end up filling the gap that was there at Cat with FRZ. But now market is a problem. Can SRB read that? Everything here is to bunker up the A side. The positions are so good from 2G, but it could be a decision made from SRB here to go the other way. They're going to go right into the trap here in a second. It's all about the skill now. With the knife going for the AD. What is this? Just play with the trap play, my man. FRC about to be seen by the scan. Oh, he goes for the first kill. Is able to link the second, and Exa cannot get the trade fast enough. Brinks is there. That 3-way link actually dealing so much damage. They have to go back for the spike. 25 seconds left. Gobera's there already. Brink gonna make some noise down low, but at the same time, let's Gobera get into the angle. Satellite trade, but there's no time. 2G have done it all. It's just enough. And Satellite will go down. Amazing hold from them. SRB walk right into the trap.
Yeah, they walk right into the trap. I think that's a very important thing to mention there. And on top of that, you saw Exa was looking to get that res, but it's the disruption from 2G once again. That just allows them to go crazy. Look at this guy. FRZ is getting away with murder. And all the meanwhile, Brinks finally gets to have that position, be that aggressive player, and find something. I thought SRB did such a good job at dragging out a lot of those utility from 2G, mitigating a lot of that initial aggressive pressure where they try and hit you and then back up into the site. And yet still they fall flat and just comes down to just picking the wrong side and walking right into 2G's crosshairs.
I do it again. The last time they had this level of buy, it was a very fast A take. So you have a bit of stoppage here. Hot hands and the paranoia from the side of 2G. Go back up. TP to find maybe there's an angle early. And yeah, Gabex is rotated here as well from the grass side. Hot hands gonna stop the first thing coming in. There's the paranoia. No chance for Satellite to have any value. 2G should just be a brick wall. SRB just cannot pass. No chance. QCK, so run it back, so it's fine to be able to run in. Right from FRC as well. Nice anti-eco from the side of 2G for the moment.
And speaking of just running it down, after that one time that SRB just decided to storm the castle, this time, completely different look from 2G. They're so ready to mitigate a lot of that pressure here, and Gobert just spots out the elbow from Satellite. So a bit of a defensive changeup to make sure that they can mitigate it. And to be fair, I feel like these guys are not afraid to play that retake, and so they've been investing a lot more of their resources towards just holding down that A site. They're cool if they have to play that retake onto B, and as a result of that, a lot of those kind of shenanigan-esque strategies where we got to see SRB run things down on them are just simply not working.
One enemy remaining.
The value is not going to be found this time inside of SRB. Match point now for 2G after this one. Nature saving, not saving this rifle doesn't matter too much. He's going to be able to have a buy. Maybe this might affect Exa just a little bit on the money. But as long as he has that wall, that's kind of all that matters for now. 2G can win on Ascent again. Deja vu, I think even maybe scoreline for SRB. So let's see what they have when their backs are against the walls.
Yeah, yesterday we ended things up 13-10. 2G was able to take that victory away. And once again, it just feels like when SRB are trying to play into this different style, it's just simply not working out for them. They go for this weird, unconventional push, and everything just kind of falls apart as a result. And so 2G now ready to close out map number 1. Let's see if they're able to do so. It's early aggression yet again from Gobera, but immediately smoked out.
Axe action from SRB, though, as they move all the way up towards market. They'll be able to trip that wire just for a second, but Gabex is here, and this is going to be the first time he's tested. Gobera up top with the op as well, has to get smoked out. Plays towards the other side, though. What is this from SRB? You have to be able to cover this first before that wall goes down. Gobera in the perfect spot. Rez will come in. Smoke gets found out again. No luck for this match at all. Things seem to be ending here as the advantage is up for 2G. Xander needs to find something, but he's been clocked every single time. The teleport comes in. A super fake self-flash. Xander is keeping the dream alive.
Yeah, now they're going to be flooding in here. Gobera just spots that out, misses a very important kill, but this time we'll be able to find Xander. They're trying to chase him down. The dash doesn't go great. Nature able to find the kill. FRZ trying to make that one happen, but forced to back off as Gabex gets into position.
UCK with a big fumble. Xander to just tear this entire round open, and suddenly I can see overtime in the horizon. Gabex pushed back, but the runaway, the fade away from him, a three-pointer. Walking down in the net, scan as well. They're trying to hunt him down. 29 seconds. It's trouble in paradise. The super sub Gabex, the coach, winning the map 1.
That is an unbelievable play. I liked SRB's idea there. They were like, hey, we know this guy is alone. We can chase him down. FRZ has been the one who's fragging out of his mind. Let's just run it down. But they open up just a few gaps. Gabex gives them the slip, and then is just in an excellent position to be able to spray them down. History repeating itself yet again. A 13-10 score line for map number 1.
All right, the year's 3000. Trees have all decayed. All the buildings are gone. The SRB players, the 2G players are still at their desks. The tech pause of the ages is over. It's Shy Wager. It's Marks. We're on split map 2. What should we expect, Marks?
Man, it's been so long. All the rivers have dried up at this point. It's crazy, but you know what? It's going to be SRB with a fast hit right off the bat. And once again, one of the questions that we asked about this particular squad was how they were going to perform now that they're onto the attack. We've seen what the SRB defense looks like and how 2G crumble. But what do 2G have cooked up for us in their defensive hap on this map?
The connections weren't looking too locked in from 2G on their attack. Some flashes, not attaching the dashes. A lot of the times, just their execs always had holes in them that SRB were doing a really good job at absolutely thwarting. This time, though, slow, meticulous. Exa on the lurk, actually, is going to be able to find a pick on B. That opens up some more pressure on the A site. Should we move? Should we stay? Is the question. The rest of the 2G defenders.
Yeah, QCK with a nice quick little sheriff kill onto Satellite, and that actually is going to route SRB towards that B site. It's Brinks, though, who has been really playing well. Let's see what he's capable of this time.
Oh, the Smoke X is also just trying to hold on to insurance styles of lurk plays. 2G looking really nice and spry off of it, though. The positions holding power.
Man, even after that, that super long tech pause, 2G, They're still holding their ground. Their players are still fragging out the way that you would want them to. It looked like it was a bit of SRB trying to go for a bit more of an overwhelm this one person on this site type of deal, but then they just kind of got lost inside of the smokes. And once again, when it comes to this 2G game plan, the big thing that they have to pay attention to is trying to confuse SRB. Find that timing to perfectly weave in and navigate around where they're going in order to really just throw them off, because as soon as those wrenches are thrown into the SRB game plan, things fall apart. And an excellent spot by Brinks knows that everybody is outside.
Let's go for a little bit of top, but they're going all in here. TPing all the way the other way. That actually enables Gobera from backside to start popping off. FRZ is going to jump down of heaven and get a little bit more value as well. This eco from SRB not really getting anything but Brinks down, and he's going to get his gun recycled probably as well. Yes, as FRZ picks up the Spectre for the Stinger. Things are looking good so far for 2G.
Yeah, it's pretty open, set, and clear. I mean, that time around, we saw it on the previous map, for those of us who remember, where SRB go for a bit more of that aggressive style of push, right? Like, they just, like, flood in onto the site, they're smoking all the right angles, they're finding all the kills necessary onto 2G, they make it look easy. But since then, when SRB have tried this particular tactic, hasn't really looked as good as it used to. And that is going to start to cause some problems, because already, like, 2G momentum-based team. They're getting this momentum rolling nice and early, especially after winning map number 1. And so SRB, they're the ones who really have to try and tighten up their pacing issues here in order to make sure that they can get this rifle round to pull back their scoreline.
Trailblazers on both sides finding some nice value, some good information across both teams. QCK winning up against Exa one more time. So yeah, all the way on the lurks. Exa's been trying to do a good job of holding on the map, but now there's trouble for SRB.
The spray down as well. Gabix getting the information. Gabix being one of the players who I had a bunch of questions about. Oh, Nature. Or sorry, that was Smoke. Caught off guard there. Player cam was on Nature for a second, but caught off, so it's not looking good. Here comes the flood.
I like that from Nature. Purposely looking left. This guy's like a security droid, just able to 90-degree turn right, still pop off. Satellite there to even things out. QCK, who got that first blood, enabled the entire map to be in control for 2G, is the last alive.
Let's have a rifle here. Has the dash available as well, but I don't know if he's expecting satellite.
Okay, SRB back in stride once more.
Yeah, great round coming through from SRB, and honestly, it just kind of comes down to that fight immediately when walking through those doors, right? Like, they immediately just swing up, look at heaven, and who's there? Well, all of the 2G players are there. And then Xander, being that person who's been very consistent. We talked about Xander's impact specifically on the defense. When it just comes to being a reliable backbone, Xander has you. And one of the things I'm starting to get a little bit more concerned about when it comes to these early rounds is QCK's impact, because QCK has now been able to find Exen a couple of times and is starting to heat up. And that was one of the duelists on that previous map who didn't quite seem activated in the way that 2G would want to see him.
Well, he's going to be the Opera this time, not Gobera. As the Outlaw has the scope. Smoke going to get solved in this one. The Trailblazers are going to knock that scope offline. They might be lethal here. On the side of FRZ, who's forced to peek, and yeah, Nature will spam him down.
This easy trade is going to disable a lot of those defensive smokes, especially that line there. It's all good though, because look at X's position all the way in deep. 2G have to use a bunch of util to try and re-clear up in heaven. That Trailblazer doesn't spot anything, so QCK might be caught out.
Nice from Exa. You're talking about position marks, and it actually has such a virtue. The patience there from SRB to let Exa work as well. Stretch out the defenses of 2G. And now suddenly they have sight once more. Looking a lot more confident than the first 3 rounds, and everything's going their way.
Oh, Exa spotted out a gun barrel as well, I believe. Yeah, that's going to confirm that positioning. Exa, though, gets caught off guard by Brinks, who once again has just been immaculate so far this game.
So what was their insurance policy? Flash coming in towards the right side, hits Gobera at the perfect time. He kind of dashed right into it. Look at the confidence from Nature. I mean, this guy was entering out B, clearing left, shooting right, and he's even swinging in the 2v1, able to get that pick off immediately. Springing a step, maybe he's the guy to lead SRB this time in split.
Hey man, you come after losing map number 1, You have a really long tech pause. Everyone's just kind of chilling out and all that type of stuff. And you see the energy that Nature brings to the table, right? Like, I mean, we talked about it yesterday. He lost his voice with how much he was screaming on there. And this is the spark that might help SRB really ignite into this matchup. And now they've got the upper hand. They've got all the weaponry necessary. Smoke has that outlaw in hand. But on the side of 2G, it's just going to be a very low buy. Early aggression here and immediately punished. QCK and Gobera both go down. Gabex alone here.
Looks like he DC'd for a second. The way he was moving, I was like, no, please not again. They're gonna try to find him out. He almost gets value. Gabex is gone. I like the attempt. Creeping over in heaven of the rest of the players with this eco. Not gonna go too well for the side of 2G.
Yeah, just Brinks and FRZ. I imagine Brinks might go for something crazy, right? Like, you know Brinks. He's going to try and find an opportunity. We've seen him single-handedly win rounds with that Stinger, so I'd be surprised if he wasn't at least going to look for 1 or 2 kills here on that potential exit from SRB. But, I mean, we talk about levels of confidence. We talked about 2G just, you know, hey, they're going to walk in, let's send it, let's mow them down, all that type of stuff. But now it looks like SRB have caught wind of that momentum and are starting to really push forwards. I mean, these push-ins have been so clean thus far, off of just like a single flash. They're taking their timings perfectly. This is a good key to success for SRB to kind of tie up our series 1-1 if they can keep the space going.
Stinger shot's just not powerful enough. The pace should be going well. The people that are warming up into the team too, I think Smoke just needs to acclimate again to the stage. Exa, the more fights he gets into, I feel like the higher the chances for SRB to have those powerful lurks. So go back towards the A side. We have that Leviathan type start. We'll see how it goes.
Keep in mind, 3 ultimates coming in on the side of Shopify Rebellion Black here, but I'm looking at the other side. FRZ only needs 1 more orb to be able to set up that Viper's Pit. And I think that that could be a really key ultimate to try and help them win this round. Traditionally, the Viper gets posted onto middle to try and catch somebody off guard, but if a single kill comes through, that could be a huge boon for 2G to deny that space and fish out a couple more ultimates from SRB's side.
I'm going to be able to plant it up in middle this time. SRB being patient once again. Everything's enabled by that Trailblazer. Dog sent in from Sky. First Smoke on the right side. Nade to maybe get Sky off the angle. Smoke's able to get a peek on the vents. Exa not going to find too much success on his right side. The map slowly paused as some utilities traded between both teams.
This is something that I get a little bit more concerned about 2G. They're the team that gets a little bit more antsy. I wonder if they've done just a bit more prep here. Smoke able to at least get one of those shots off and does spot out FRZ. So suddenly that Viper's Pit theory that I was spitting at the beginning doesn't seem necessary anymore. Now we get a nice listen into, I believe, Shopify Rebellion Black.
3, 2, 1, go. 3, 2, 1. One just rotated. Come.
You want double drop? We go. 3.
Guys, you guys can kill him. Wait, I can find.
That close. I'm flashing.
Omen is cancelled. I'm on the side.
Let's not go.
Pop pit. I'm gonna push through.
I think he's Raptors, maybe.
I'm gonna push.
Can we go,
3, 2,
Yeah.
1. Yep. Go.
Lighting side, go.
Dodging.
Lighting.
Side.
Swing right, I'm with you.
Just crunch together.
Dead up. Hold this. Okay, he has raise rocket team.
They have raise rocket.
10 seconds left.
Yeah, they have blind as well.
Planted.
Don't be together.
Yeah, Dylan has a. Just let Dylan like hit.
Yes, I have main.
He just looks on it.
I'm gonna sacrifice myself, John.
Raise out spawn.
I'm holding him. Could be up. Heaven and screens. Yeah, help me. I'm holding.
One enemy
You're
remaining.
right. You blinded from like a.
Nick, look left.
Okay, we're good.
Perfect. I try to kill you. You guys should like. Yeah, I have the wall up there. He's just saving his.
Run ramp. I'm pretty sure he's saving off reps. Just run.
He has no up.
One enemy remaining.
Right there.
Yo, what are you doing, bro? Let's go. Good shot.
I'll let you.
What are you doing, bro? Let's go. The last comment said by the team. The rest of them, a bit chaotic, but I think that's just the energy from all the players kind of bouncing off each other. They all have pretty good ideas. That cancel was a bit scary, but at the same time, the re-aggression, very nice. Postplan as well, held on site. It's tough to be in that spot, but Shopify make it work.
And one of the big things that I'm picking up out of those comms is just how they want to swing corners together. We commented a lot on the fundamentals of Shopify Rebellion Black and how they are that coordinated squad to kind of come into this. And you could hear every single time they were going to swing a corner, countdown gets activated. Okay, 3, 2, 1, swing together. And then all of the comms being kind of, yeah, a little bit jumbled, but they're playing off of one another and making sure to swing. And I think that that is huge because it's so easy to get lost in these chaotic scenarios, especially with that faster pacing. And yet SRB are making sure to cross their T's and dot their I's on all of those little peaks.
One thing you also mentioned, Marks, was that 2G, as the time goes on, gets a bit angsty and, you know, start to peak up a little bit. And we saw that in middle. I saw the reverse a little bit as well, where the more that round went on, the more they kind of backed off into sight. They gave A main space completely away. They had nobody really in Rafter, not even Rafter, A Heaven either, in the best spots to play off each other. It felt like you were allowed to walk through as SRB in that main choke easily. As a result, their Viper player on site gets shot in 2 ways. There's only 1 person left over at map. I want to see what you're talking about. More of that angstiness, more of these guys maybe pushing forward, looking for an advantage or a kill, because you've seen it a couple of times now. When 2G are forced on the sites, when they're playing scared, they don't look that powerful.
Already a good dodge here from Brinks, who's trying to hold it forwards. Scattered by yet again. Gobert are going to be the operator on their team, and Flash going through, but it's a flood in from SRB.
Shots from FRC up by Rafters, a little interruption from the rest of the team being able to make it out of main. Brinks is going to be able to wrap up a present for 2G. They're going to open it up. It's going to be a man advantage for Christmas. Gobert with this operator as well, going to be able to deny Spike from even touching the site. Exa has to solve this issue for him. He's the only person unchecked for the moment. Skipping Exa is the rest of the team. They have no idea he's here. He's clocked every single player so far, but Exa cannot use that bait and win a fight. 2G with a punch back on the board.
And once again, my man Brinks, he's just doing exactly what he needs to do on the site there. Like, he just circumvents them completely, avoids them, and finds this weird off angle where he can just kind of gun them down. I mean, when we talk about this 2G squad being able to squander Shopify Rebellion Black's game plan, it always comes down to just that weird positioning that Brinks can continuously secure for 2G. I think that overall, like, it's crazy how much value that Omen gets just by being a little bit more hyper aggressive, which is kind of exactly what you said, Shio. They need to be a little bit more aggressive. They need to try and take those opportunities, as now it flips around. 2G have all the weapons in the world, while SRB are onto that save. But Smoke gonna try and open things up here. Misses all the knives.
That's tough. Smoke had that chance as well. It was a surprise, but a peasant going the wrong way. 2G end up with that boon. Now wall falls. The rest of SRB probably going to try to get as many kills here as possible. Not gonna let that round end by time by any means. They are hunting, picking apart SRB on the eco. Pretty good defensive line from them.
Oh geez, you see these 2G players, they're really starting to heat up. They're really starting to feel it. And when you have those rounds that are just over just like that, I mean, it's so much easier to feel so confident in your gameplay. Now, doubling the score that they got the last time they faced SRB on this map. It ended 13-2 last time. Once again, the questions around this 2G defense, it seems a lot more coordinated, a lot more put together. One of the big question marks for me on SRB's side is Smoke, who seems like he's not having the best game ever. And so if you are Shopify Rebellion Black, how do you get that confidence back? How do you make sure that Smoke can start to find a little bit more value? A Viper's pick gets invested on mid.
He talked about how impactful that pick could be from FRC for 2G. And one of the best things from SRB right now, the attacking team is playing slow, taking their time, getting vents control, and then really pressuring 2G on both sides of the map. This pit does not let them do that. The slow play they have called has been completely countered by one player on the enemy team. That's FRZ. I'm making the calls right now. And they know that SRB might even challenge the pit. They have 2 people. You never really see this. 2 people playing inside the pit for this long. Yeah. Understand where the weak point is. 2G really have it bolstered right now.
As patient as ever. QCK re-Smoke. Just on the other side. Smoke finding the timing, finding the angle. QCK goes down. And now they're going to flood in onto the safe site. The call made Spade.
Oh, cool. So close from Smoke. These are the moments where he needs to go huge, and he'll miss one bat. He's able to get a home run on the next one. If you can't go through mid, if you can't play your game, you need talent to pierce through 2G. Amazing flash. They get FRZ off the angle, but weren't able to actually confirm with that pick. He's so close on that shot as well. Shot paranoia. Oh my goodness. It's a circus with SRB. Doing all the tricks, winning all the prizes. That A site locked down. They're going to take that lead right back.
And I like this kind of counterplay coming through from SRB. You know that these guys are always going to be trying to take those brawls, always going to try and take those duels. So just focus on using the flashes, play off of one another to isolate and eliminate your targets. Brinks, the last person alive. I don't think he's going to go for a defuse here, but if SRB walk into him, that could be a really expensive round for them. And I don't think that that's necessarily something that they have the capacity to give up at the current moment. And so they will just be evacuating here. Brinks will be able to carry over the rifle into that next round. But honestly, the 2G economy is looking as solid as ever. They should be able to buy up into the next one and try and find that opportunity to potentially get that 5th tying round. Oh, wow. Brinks at least gets nature on the way out.
Right now for 2G, when it comes to understanding the macro of SRB, everything's locked in there. It's the individual prowess of, I think, QCK versus Smoke right now, where Smoke has gotten the better of him overall. QCK has to be the line that leads the team this time. It's been Gobera in that first map that really elevated past his teammates, really elevated past his own play yesterday, and locked him down and went on Ascent. He's not going to be the person with the op. He's not going to be the person under control in this map on defense. All eyes are on QCK, and he hasn't had the best series so far today or yesterday.
And yeah, Exa, thanks to that wall, can give QCK the slip there. And Exa's been doing a great job at getting that space onto the A site. So much so that 2G try to be a little bit more prepared for that Viper player coming through. It's going to be the duel. Exa wins it out. And that is a lot of space gained for SRB.
Gabex and QCK not really linked up for the moment. They're going to get FRZ off the line. Should enable everybody in middle. At the same time, Brinks doing his best to hold everyone back. Every single form of dark cover, poison cloud is active in middle right now. SRB have to use Exa's position. Smoke's gonna go down for the moment, but look at where Exa is still able to find that next shot as well. And they know exactly somebody else should be on the side. Exa has so much more work to do. He's gonna keep doing it. Sees the barrel, one tap. God is amongst us, and he's in heaven right now on the A side. Exa can do no wrong. Divine in the shot right now. Seekers come in. Brinks, I'm gonna surprise him. Position is not with him. The shots are going to follow though. One guy to hold everyone back. Can he stop the deity? No! Exa again, immortal. The pit will go down. Now he's at home. Spikes planted. Still doable for Gobera.
Shells get tossed out. Fair, only one satchel left. Has to go into the pit to circumvent this. Xander, though, playing a little bit on this off angle. I like this positioning, though. They both kind of slip in completely undetected. So Gobera should tap the spike, but immediately I imagine the response.
Nobody in their right mind would push into screens from this position inside the pit. They clear that spike for a second. No, he's not on it. Gobera is inhaling those fumes once again. Messing with his mind. Xander is there. SRB have regained control.
You see Exa, he does the thing where he puts both of his hands up and then slowly rises. And he goes, yeah, that's right. I'm him. And just straight up, that was Exa's round. There's no way that Exa was able to get away with all of those kills. 2G were simply just walking into his crosshairs after a certain point, all going for that ego pick, all going for those 1v1s. And to be fair, when you've got a guy like Brinks who sticks the TP, is able to kill 2 people at the back of the site, which should not happen, and yet still Exa stays alive, then I think that there's still hope for SRB.
For 2G as well, again, it's the Gabex and QCK starter that needs to get a little bit more value. Somebody on SRB needs to die taking that space. Exa just can't. It's not in his contract. Thing though with 2G, Gobera has been pretty much ignored. The guy who has been on a heater so far from Ascent. He's been playing so well. The middle players have been just pushed and pulled and not allowed to play their own game on their own time. Really uncomfortable for these guys to keep rotating, to keep having to deal with what's going on A. The anchors just can't get their job done. They brought Brinks over now and relegated QCK with that op to the B side.
What's interesting here is they're doing a good job of denying that information, and 2G are just so scared of pushing out here. Looks like they do have a good read though. They're going up into heaven, and SRB are ready to push in.
Sees one. How does he handle this one now with the teammates? I don't even see Gobera at the right side and the right line. Not really linked up just yet, not even in a position. It's chaos over at elbow for 2G. They're not ready for this. So much space been taken from SRB in heaven now. They'll start to trickle down over. The defensive smoke maybe giving Gobera an off angle to work with, but Xander's just too strong. Nobody to swing off of Gobera either. It is all broken as a setup from 2G.
It comes down to just kind of dry peaks, which is a crazy thing to say, but even when you watch the way that SRB exited the smokes in order to try and retake it, it felt like I could hear nature counting 3, 2, 1. Everybody walks out at the same time, right? And then that's so much more difficult to deal with when you are 2G, because you got a guy popping out of the smoke in heaven, you got a guy popping out of the smoke just in regular spine, and you think that someone's going to be flanking you as well. There's just simply too much to deal with, and that's the reason why we see Gobera and Brinks get overwhelmed. It's just the flood-in that SRB is able to win out, and it doesn't even come off of a lot of utility. It just comes off knowing where those players are stationed.
The thing is, like, you can hear them stationing themselves at that moment that they start to push in. 2G are never ready for the push. They have such talented players. I'm very excited about this roster, and we got to see some of that prowess available on Ascent on the defense. These guys, from what we're looking at, just started getting into position as the flood was coming in from SRB. It's okay to hold heaven and go for the retake. It just looks like there's two ideas happening on the defensive side of 2G right now that are clashing. An incursion is occurring on their defensive setup here, and it's gonna just eat itself apart if they don't get on the same page.
Yeah, doomsday approaching for them if they aren't able to pull this one together. Let's see how this one goes. Last round in this half. It's going to be a good buy up for both of these teams. You see in the QCK versus Smoke Operator coming out here, but Brinks on the right side of history on this B site, but is alone right now. And I wonder if he's going to try and fight this.
Every single time Brinks has been here, he's had a fast flood teammate coming in, but this time not going to have as much of an option around the corner of the pillar. Let's see if he's able to hold what's going down. A bit of interference as Brinks' aura is just so strong in this angle. He's gonna get everybody skating on this one. The entry does come in. We do see Jet over at backside. I have to assume that somebody must have gone down at this point. It's a tango from all separate sides. FRZ was able to hold things down on the lurk. Things were going around. Xander's found a way all the way to the A side, though. It's a distraction. It was a fake the entire time. It's faked out the broadcast connection as well. I mean, SRB are that strong. 2G stronger, though, than that connection, are about to try to flood in towards the screen side. The rest of the teammates have not caught up yet.
Oh man, and this is so difficult, right? Because the timing for those players to be able to go through, it's actually huge from nature. It might sync up perfectly.
He has the insurance, but the spike's not planted for him. It's all on Xander, who finds Sue with the spray. Has more smokes to work with. Can't really get it locked down. I'm not sure if he got the last one. Sneaking in is one of the players, Gabex, on the spike. The rest of the teams are flooding in as well. It should be good for SRB, and it's there. If you missed that round, quick recap. We tried over at B. It didn't work. It was a fake the entire time. Xander ended up at A. Nature gets a pick halfway through, and then there were so many smokes on site. It was perfect for Xander to just fry everybody down. After that, the retake just came in from the side of the attack. SRB flooding in the site where it was planted for them, and they locked it in. So the recap is there. Viewing it might have been the most turbulent experience of my lifetime. And I've been on like 20-hour flights myself, man. It's this is insane.
Yeah. This one is a little bit tough. We get the referees as well, kind of checking what was going on there. But yeah, it's exactly like you narrated. Feels like it was one of those audiobooks being spoken to you by Mr. Shio Wager on, on a full breakdown there. But yeah, when you talk about heroics...
We are back once again.
Go.
Can we get through a half? That is the biggest question. Can 2G lock it down against SRB's defense? You know what? We're all 2G right now. We're 2G, and the internet is SRB for the moment. Let's see how it goes. Uphill battle for all of us.
Oh,
Marks,
yeah.
What do we got to know about 2G's attack?
It's all about facing the mental barriers that are placed in front of them. Being iced out at this point as well. It's going to be a fast engagement in onto the site. Xander already getting exploratory. QCK not aware.
Now Xander has such a perfect angle, and Exa is alive and active as well. B, the hits on pistol, a bit of a disaster. And yeah, I mean, that one factor you mentioned, Marks, just being on this pause for a long time. I know I'm getting a bit stir crazy with the players, the momentum that a lot of these 2G players had as well. It's tough from their side, right? Like, you had QCK getting ready to play the game a bit better. Gobera had a very good game one. Exa standing up. Too bad game one was in what, 1995 at this point. So it's,
I was born that year.
Hey, nice, very cool. Hey, we're all like close range, 5, 6, 7. It's crazy. Listen, I genuinely, what was happening before in this game? 2G were looking good. SRB looked better. Yeah, cool. Let's recap.
I mean,
True.
okay. All right, let's talk a little bit more about their attacking though, because we have the tape from yesterday to try and look at some of the patterns, identify and recognize how some of 2G like to put together their stratagems. And that is, they like rushing in. They like taking that space. They like finding those opportunities. But once again, it has to be well coordinated with their initiator, which for me was the big problem why they really fell flat on their attack yesterday. I'm already seeing Gabix on the other side of the map, and so I'm still wondering if we're falling back into familiar patterns, but QCK finds nature.
Got a pretty deep embed here on this side. We tap in and see what's about to happen with this one as well. A few found positions, but I think the defensive side is just a bit too strong. SRB's line holding true, nobody getting faked out too much. Xander should be the answer to this round if he's able to find Gabix's lurk here in a second, but the spike is moving towards the A side.
Yeah, it's slowly moving over there. That's the thing. Gabix didn't really have any of that entering power, taking any of that space, and still those questions will remain. I mean, Brinks doesn't really have a paranoia available. So really, it's just going to be dry swings on dry swings. Gobera at least has that stinger, but Exa now aware of that positioning. A little bit of a standoff here before this spike goes down anywhere.
Trouble across the tides here between both these players. A bit of surprise on Exa's screen. The rest of 2G could be hitting the sights. I'm gonna need a map. I know Smoke is that one right now. Ooh, gonna be able to get that 50 damage profit. Brinks now moving in. Spike value. Could we get it? No, Smoke is just too fast.
There we go. It's a good round from SRB to be able to close out any of that fancy shenanigans there. But still, the same questions will be asked moving into this next round. At least SRB, they're able to hold on to 3 of their weapons moving forwards into that next round. So the bonus is going to look a lot more stable and a lot more cool when it comes to them. A little quick little replay here from QCK being able to push in. But once again, a big thing I'm noticing is a lot of these 2G players are just walking in onto the site. There's no flashes, no smoke support, nothing. At least there was a nade up in heaven, but... will we get some Valorant with our tech pauses today?
Oh my god, we were almost there. There was a chance. I saw just that screams action, man.
Yeah.
It's push pull, you know. 1 round per day. We'll be here till 2028. And at that point, who knows what the format is in the VCT. These guys will hold on to a spot though in whatever format's available inside whatever play-in they're playing for in the future. Hopefully they make it on time, but let's see how long this one lasts. A lot of the times, and I know you guys have been here for the longest tech pauses today. I know we've had some pretty major ones, but earlier in the day, there were about 2-minute tech pauses, 30-second tech pauses as well. The best thing to look out for here, I'll give you guys a bit of a meta read. Look at the players' attitudes, headsets, how close are elbows to the table. And you'll realize how far this tech pause will actually go. You can see the keyboard still situated kind of close to UCK at the moment, so everything's going fine. I don't see the headsets coming off on the 2G side. Everybody's just waiting patiently, still looking at the monitors. It seems to be a short tech pause, this one, right? Right, Marks?
Listen, don't point the finger at me to give you an answer here on whether or not this is going to be a short one. But yeah, I mean, it is really unfortunate, and also thank you to all the viewers who are sticking around through all of these issues. I mean, one of the coolest things about LAN is that you get to play across the other team. You get to play in the same area with your players, but unfortunately, if one issue happens, then it affects everybody in these servers. And so unfortunately, this is just one of those realities that can kind of happen when you come to LAN. And it is really unfortunate that it is happening on this final play. This is for the LC.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the VALORANT Challengers America's Last Chance qualifier. A little bit of a break might be a bit of an understatement. Thank you all so much for your patience and tuning back in. Of course, tech issues sometimes out of our controls, but they've been working really hard to make sure everything can get back online and running so we can have the conclusion here of our best of 5 grand finals. To remind everybody where we're at, we're currently on map number 2. 2G taking the first map of Ascent, currently now 10-4 as we eye up this second map here, Roy, of Split.
Well, guys, welcome back. Happy to be here. I'm replacing Shayo. I don't think I'll be able to replace Shayo and I can't be as handsome and as sound as good as Shayo, Marks, but I'll do my absolute best. It's been a fun series for what we got to see. Obviously, tech pauses are not fun for anyone, but here we are, alas.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, right? Like, we've been talking about it a lot. Obviously, given the situation, it's not been easy. But I feel like it might just be a good chance to remind everybody what has happened. We are on map number 2. Shopify Rebellion Black, they started out on that defense. They were able to get 2 rounds away before we went into our giant tech pause that kind of found us in the place that we are. But 2G, once again, this is their more difficult side. So, you know what, Roy? I'm curious to see how they're going to be able to make this one happen as they get poised up to do a faster attack here.
And so far, what we got to see from SRB yesterday on Slay looked so good on the defensive side, right? They were very aggressive, they were very proactive, but here we go, 2G already not skipping a single beat. They're going right into this A split. 2 players here to defend.
Xander looking at the back here, getting overwhelmed, and it's just going to be the 2G push-in that completely just overwhelms all the defenders on that site there. Just leaving it up to Smoke and Satellite, the last 2 players remaining, but at this point, you might just be looking for those exits. A very clean take from 2G.
All right, nice and easy. And yeah, it's just a formality at this point. And you know, Marks, English is going to be hard for the remainder of today, so we're going to do our our very best, man.
Preach it, brother.
We're going to do our very best here. Smoke. And he's been, you know, he's looked sharp so far in this tournament. I feel like he's been slowly heating up. Like, he's had a couple maps where he's popped off. But I feel like the level of play that we got to see domestically was just absolutely insane. Here we go, a little bit more damage done here to 2G's economy. Every gun matters here. You got to be careful if you're 2G. You don't want to be losing your economy. And there it is, FRZ. He's having a phenomenal tournament, by the way. And also, correction, he's not the IGL of 2G. I think we've been saying that incorrectly on the desk throughout this event. It's actually Brinks who's IGLing. He's the one sitting in the middle. That would make a lot of sense too, actually. But yeah, there we go.
It's one of those things where the puzzle pieces were laid out in front of us and we just simply did not connect the dots there. But I mean, when you talk about the fact that Brinks is that IGL as well, it is kind of crazy because Brinks has been the highlight player for me when it comes to this 2G squad at just finding so many crazy timings and so many crazy flanks when their backs are against the wall.
Yeah, dude, honestly, I'm surprised to see like energy coming out of the players right now, right? It's been a very long day for them as well, not just us. But I think throughout this map, once the adrenaline starts pumping again, I think we're going to be seeing higher and higher levels of passion coming out from these players. So give them some time. They're going to be heating up. So far, though, slow play coming out from 2G. SRB, economy recovered, of course, with the light armors in play here for 2G. It kind of makes sense for Smoke to pull out the Outlaw, looking for some picks. Still, though, he's going to have to be really selective with his shots. There we go. 2G not skipping a beat, March, going right again for that A site.
Oh, just misses a shot there under a lot of pressure. And look at this. Somebody in on the site. QCK and Invader inside of it. The 2 duelists of 2G find the kills necessary as Smoke goes for that refrag angle, but just misses the shot. Gabix gonna be good with the spray down. The Outlaw nerfs it and just a bit harder. Satellite under a lot of pressure there. Able to dip, dodge, dive out of the way of that flash, but that's gonna be a lot of damage onto SRB. Oh, hey, Xander getting a free one onto the site. Suddenly this becomes a lot more doable. FRZ holding far away before this retake comes.
Yeah, look at the HPs too. I mean, this is very doable for SRB. There's a lot of space to work with here for 2G though. First, FRZ is going to be the contact play. Satellite's low HP. That's the first. And now it's just Xander in the 1v3 clutch.
Spotted out. Xander though, just going to be playing these tricky angles. Knows where at least one of them is. Now it's the group up here, but not going to be a crazy spray transfer this time. 2G. They find yet another round here. It's now 6-10. As after all is settled and done, they're starting to claw their way back into this game.
Slowly but surely, the old adage in FPS games, 1 round at a time, baby. 1 round at a time. That's all 2G can do right now. And I think the one thing to keep in mind as well is obviously the last time these 2 teams played split, it didn't look fantastic for 2G. I mean, there's no real denying at this point, right? You got to face the elephant in the room. He's kind of just chilling in the corner over there, but the one thing to keep in mind is they will be leveling up every time they play it, right? Every round that goes by, they're going to be feeling more comfortable. And even towards the end of yesterday, right, against Contra, 2G just looked so good. And again, it's a reminder that the level of talent, the level of experience this roster has kind of gets so easily overlooked when you're a North American viewer. But there's a lot, I mean, there's an equal amount of experience on both sides, right? So a lot of talent in this server right now.
Right now, 2G going exploring in middle. A lot of utility from SRB just tossed out there, trying to deny a bit of that space, but it's going to be the Trailblazer that actually gets a lot of information as QCK is able to find Exa. First line of defense is going to be going down, but keep in mind, SRB, this was just their save round, so coming into this one with pistols, Satellite, only a stinger in hand, here's all the noise in the world, not going to have any information or any kills. Toss in the nades to try and get a bit of space.
It's being a tough one though. There's so many crossfires available, superior weaponry across the board for 2G. They're looking kind of confident. That smoke's actually going to help things. It kind of close the gap a little bit, but it's going to have to be clean shots with the sheriffs here coming out from SRB.
Bit of information spotted. Smoke stopped. Now the spray down. Gobera still going to be sticking it through. QCK opening things up inside the smoke, and it's the duelists yet again that just ruined supreme for 2G. It brings with that final kill, but honestly starts the show. QCK alongside, oh, Brain just stopped for a second, but Gobera now being able to get that showstopper online as well as 2G. They make this one very easily winnable. It's now 7-10, Roy.
And they're starting to look kind of confident, right? Like they're heating up still somehow, despite the massive tech pause that we've gone through. They're slowly remaining confident. They're playing together. The comms, the energy up. I feel like if you're SRB, this is a little nerve-wracking, right? Because you kind of got the round rollback, and also now things aren't really going your way. So I feel like for SRB, they need a round on the board for the mental ASAP. Sooner rather than later, but explosive play coming out from Gobera, but it's the missed rocket. The trades do come out, and it's a 4v4, but it's absolute chaos here on the top ramp.
And this is where that chaos, it's exactly what 2G wants. Bit of information spotted out thanks to the drone. Global teleport from Brinks to help get that space here. And SRB, they want nothing to do with it, so they are going to be backing off there. QCK tosses in the rest of the knives just as a bit of a deterrent. Well, FRZ is going to be holding this tight angle. The spike will be allowed to be planted. Now the swing comes through. FRZ not able to hold his ground.
Spike planted.
Now the three-man push out from Smoke with above pressure.
Suffocation.
It's going to be good with that operator kill. Bit of momentum being sparked on the side of Shopify Rebellion Black, playing things nice and easy. Smoke good with yet another one, so aware of the positioning, and it's all up to the head coach sub. Gavix up against the world, finds the first, but Nature finds that final kill.
There it
and
is.
lets out a scream, and here comes the momentum for Shopify Rebellion Black.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, they just need a round on the board ASAP to kind of just get the vibes up, right? You don't want to lose several rounds in a row coming back after that grueling tech pause. So a round on the board here for SRB. They reclaim the 11th round, 11-7 now, 4 rounds in between the marks. Things are starting to get very interesting. And I think, I don't know if you've ever played Souls-like games, but some of them have like a difficulty level, right? We're now on the max difficulty in this game here, Marks, okay? We're kicking up the notch, right? It's not just the pressure of qualifying, it's also the mental ability to get past the frustration of how this match has gone, right? So there's layers to this, and you can just tell everyone is just, they're trying to get the energy up, they're trying to get the vibes up. I respect it. So are we, my friends. So are we. 11-7, SRB. Operator in Smoke's hands. He's been absolutely lethal with it, looking to run it back here on the B site this time.
And that's so important for Smoke to find those kills. Remind the other team just how dangerous that operator is, given the fact that that outlaw was not able to come online some of these previous rounds. Bit of information scouted out by that Trailblazer, so they at least know where some of these players are. But yeah, exactly like you said, SRB are starting to feel it yet again, and that momentum could be deadly for 2G on this map.
I don't know what 2G's found on this A site, but it's like the other sides of the map don't even exist right now, Mark. So they haven't even peeked into middle. They don't even know what's happening on that side of the map. The only times they've went B has been the anti-ecos, and here we go. It's going to be the Skyo, a little bit of information played. Yes, you're going to know 3 people are here, but how are you going to convert onto the site? SRB scrambling, 2 players looking to anchor it down, and 2G making their way on in.
Oh, QCK just missing a bit of timing. Xander is going to make sure these trades are just coming across, but Nature with the Odin reigns supreme until FRZ shows up. Down to now a 2v2. Smoke going to be using the knives as well. A Viper's Pit gets deployed by FRZ by a little bit more time, but it's that ex-player Brinks still alive in the midst of this pit. So good at circumventing things, but Exa already goes down. Smoke has to do the impossible. Looking around, looking for potentially getting something. Walks into Brinks, is at least able to get that first, but it's just timing that is going to be good for FRZ. Stepping out of the pit, cleaning up that round.
Ooh, we're getting interesting. It's getting brawly, Marks. It's getting very brawly. 3v3 on that site, traded out perfectly. Down to the 2v2. And of course, Nature an absolute demon right now with the Odin. Bro, I'm just trying to imagine you're on like a 5-hour tech pause and you're just getting farmed by the Odin after you've come back from that. That's gotta be tilting, man. Oh my god, that's gotta be tilting. Holy. So it's a nice timeout here for SRB. I mean, I think they do have things to discuss, right? Patterns to see. There, it's very obvious now that 2G's eyeing out this A site. I do wonder if 2G's going to be like, all right, well, they're taking their tech pause. They're going to adapt to the B site, like call like a rush B, like just something just to throw off the whole tech, throw off the whole timeout. So I think that's kind of like low-key the tech here.
Honestly, I think it's also like, okay, elephant in the room needs to be addressed here, right? The way that 2G like to play, it's that disruptive style. It's that kind of like, hey, we're just going to fly in. We're going to be so hyper aggressive. They're not going to see us coming. Oh my goodness, we're going to take things over. And after kind of sitting and getting iced out for so many hours, you know, especially for a more put together SRB, they like to play a strategy. They like to play nice and put together. Well, that gets a lot more difficult when you've been just kind of waiting around for such a long time. And I do genuinely want to know whether or not this is going to help 2G in the long run and just being able to claim some more of these rounds. As yeah, they're feigning that pressure here, but SRB don't bite. They are on a save.
Yeah, and I think the main talking point here for SRB likely won't come into play this round, right? Because they're not going to give away their ideas here. This could be the next round that we're going to see the kind of the timeout discussions being brought in, but we've seen SRB win with less, man. They have a couple guns to work with. They got a couple bandits, so of course with the patches absolutely lethal. The extra accuracy on the extra bullet makes a big difference, especially on this map where there's so many tight angles and so many tight corners. So 2G still has to be a little vigilant with how they approach these close range angles.
Oh, nature. Almost got Gobera as well, down just to 3 HP, and FRZ going down.
That's huge.
Okay. Yeah. Turns out those bandit buffs were doing exactly that. Just finding a couple of kills, or sorry, just finding FRZ and doing a lot of damage to Gobera. So there is a way back into this round for Shopify Rebellion Black.
Yeah, but they're gambling on the wrong side here, Marks. I mean, they've left the Phantom in Smoke's hands, which actually is genius. He's kind of in a passive line as well. So if they do come on this, obviously they're coming on this A side, but if he does spot them early enough, he could just save the gun and try to play the 5v4 retake with the Phantom. That might do some damage. Now, of course, now the nade's going to give that intention away. SRB making their rotate over. And Xander on the ult to the back line. So it's going to be a bit of a sight crunch here. And the space and the time is shrinking here for 2G.
Oh, Xander. Yeah, okay, there we go. Finds that kill onto Brinks. And that's a big one, especially with the amount of damage that Brinks has been doing. Gobera going to be tested this time. He's able to find a couple of kills. It's the duelists again. Lighten up the kill feed on the side of 2G. As this save round gets a little bit dicier, Exa is finding that opening kill. A lot of information and too many bodies. QCK on the outside has to make this one happen, down to this 1v1. Well, Exa gets a shot off, but will have to back off here. QCK gonna be going around the corner. Exa playing this one brilliantly. Tapping yet again. This QCK just going for that annoyance. And eventually Exa decides this ain't gonna be worth it. Gonna be jiggling, peeking this corner. Hopefully going to at least get this kill, but will be taking the ship down as that spike detonates. 2G still alive, 9-11.
It's an expensive round, though. And I feel like this late into the game, you do not want your economy broken if you're 2G, right? He's there's a sign of the cross, man. Respect. You gotta pull all the cards for this one, man. I don't blame him.
If there was a reason to become religious, you know?
Oh, I love that. I actually love that. That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
but yeah, an expensive round. I want to see the economy here because we didn't really get it. Oh yeah, I mean this is all in. Marsh, we got to keep in mind that this round right here is so important for 2G because if they lose this, the economy is completely broken. It's in shambles. SRB will not only move up to map point, but potentially claim. I mean, just pretty much force a really awkward purchase for 2G. So it's going to be a really advantageous map for SRB if they can close this one up. So a lot of pressure on this one. Not surprised to see 2G taking their time, being diligent this time around.
Keep in mind as well, Satellite does have the rocket ready to go. The flood isn't going to be good, but Xander just a little bit better inside of that smoke, looking for a little bit more. QCK and FRZ finding their kill. Satellite goes boom onto Gabs, but QCK still being questioned and still giving answers. Satellite still alive here. Might find the bit of an awkward timing.
And they're
still,
wedged.
complete disruption from 2G, but no, stalemate on both sides.
That's a huge find. I mean, that's exactly what they're waiting for, right? That site player to peek. They have smoke up completely cut off. The amount of space that 2G was able to get on that site take is so frustrating to deal with if you're SRB, right? There's so many crucial fights that they needed to win, but unfortunately, it's 2G coming out on top. 3 players alive as well. That's exactly what they want. And SRB on the back foot here. 2G closing the gap. Going on the 10th. Oh, there's a hunter, Marks.
Smoke really needs to keep this operator alive. A little bit aware of it, but QCK. Oh my goodness me. Had a bit of a sleeper map on map number 1 all those hours ago. But man, has just started to really heat it up. And honestly, this is what we needed to see out of that Jet Duelist, right? Like, just being able to go in, find those kills, and play as a solo player in some of these retake scenarios.
I don't know if... sorry, I was paying attention to the Sky Flash. I think that was Nature's flash. He was trying to flash for his teammate around the corner, but it landed in Gobera's smoke. Or in QCK smoke, excuse me. I thought that was his teammate's flash for a little bit. I thought that was Gabek's just his flash, to be honest. But it ended up being Nature's. That's really unfortunate. That extra flash would have been awesome on site. It's a little bit unfortunate for SRB. And again, economy here for SRB is completely invested. Not much to work with except a couple of stingers, a couple of shares, and the bandit, of course. Buffed bandit, that is. Is Xander the bandit? We're about to find out, Marks.
Exa to be challenged by FRZ in mid temporarily. Smoke, an unbelievable kill there. Okay. Making this one work, Smoke. Still as sharp as ever. And Nature finding a bit of a timing. Not like this. Down to 2. Oh, bad time to pick up a weapon. Brinks still alive. The Omen player who has brought so much success to 2G after so many rounds goes for the double teleport up top here. While SRB get their flank online, they will be able to at least pick up one of the rifles on the way in, but Nature already has that Phantom in hand. Here comes the flank, just around the corner. Smoke, at least aware where Brinks' position may be. Xander now has a weapon ready to go. Silva's going to be shooting out of this plane in just a second. Smoke navigates around here. Xander spots at least one out. The smoke, ooh, the flash goes in, but unfortunately it blinds Smoke up top in heaven. Xander finds that first one. Brinks now asked to kind of make this one work, but it simply will not happen. Shopify Rebellion Black electric on their feet. Now find map point.
Yeah, I mean, they know what this round means, right? Not only is it the map point, but the economy here is really being tested for 2G. It's going to be a bit of a broken purchase here, potentially. It's just 2 shares and 2 stingers, man. That was it. That's all they had to work with in that round. They made it work off of Smoke's 2K on that open. I mean, these 2 kills are disgusting. Nature catches FRZ on the lurk as well. Exa does get timing, but man, I think the one thing that we can definitely say for certain is the fact that the communication, the team play here for SRB is not really skipping a beat. Like, yeah, look, they got ran over for the first few rounds after we kind of came back live, but I mean, they're still moving as a unit, right? Like, yeah, maybe they're not winning the site holds and they're not winning the fights, but they're still trying to play together. They're still trying to do things as a unit. And here we go. The final round here for 2G, potentially. A bit of a broken purchase. 3 rifles to work with. Information early on here for SRB, but 2G not really wanting in mid-round right here, Marks. They're going right in.
Yeah, there are those ultimates. Rightfully so. We see them back off there. Smoke's able to get out of the way. Showstopper doesn't find the value that was necessary. And sure, that flood is going to be effective at least getting on there, but I think that was SRB's plan. Just play it a little bit slow and get themselves nice and grouped up. Exa's got an excellent flank here. He's going to be tested.
Huge.
Brinks gets caught off guard, and now the SRB flood can kind of happen. Okay, QCK at least able to make up 4 mistakes. Takes a little bit of damage. It's neither here nor there. Satellite now going in onto the site here. Uh-oh, Gabek's a little bit of unfortunate timing, but not able to find anything. The flood comes through. Xander finds a couple of very key kills down to this 2v2 scenario. QCK through a smoke is able to get one, and FRZ finds the last in backs against the wall. 2G, they stay alive and now are 1 round away from forcing OT.
Oh my God, QCK's kills, man. They were so important. The kill on flank to clear out Exa, obviously the player who's been having a phenomenal tournament so far. And then the second kill was a falling knives through smoke onto Xander. Like, what? Actually, what? Second timeout, the final timeout here for SRB. I mean, rightfully so, man. You have it. You might as well use it. I kind of miss the economy, so I'm not entirely sure what it looks like right now for SRB, but I can't imagine it's looking perfect. It's going to be absolutely ragtag, a complete turn of events here. And 2G looking to bring this into OT. a lot to work with here in this one.
Yeah, I mean, once again, when we talk about that momentum, looking so much on the side of 2G. They look so good right now. Like, you know that they're feeling great about everything. SRB, they just need a couple of seconds, cool things down. The pressure mounting right now, especially given all of the circumstances that have been going on. Of course, it's nothing to say to take away from 2G, though. Like you said, that was some ridiculous, insane play. And even when it seemed like it was all going to fall apart after Exa finds that first kill, 2G find a way back in.
And the insane part is, I wouldn't say that QCK has been having a slow tournament, but he hasn't really been playing to the same level that he has domestically. And I think now we're finally seeing him come alive. And I mean, man, this is the best time to do it. Like, if you're going to come alive in this event, like, this is the time to do that. He's 25-12, insane scoreline. 2G's had a lot of pressure on this A side so far, right? They've been slamming it nonstop. So this pressure pulls that extra player from SRB. It weakens the mids. It weakens the B defenses. If they can find this pick onto Exa, important one to find. Holds it down, slows things down, and SRB maintains their advantage here.
Gobera getting caught in the crossfire. QCK not necessarily able to secure that kill. Like this positioning from Satellite, given the previous pushes up that 2G have done, but this time, it's all 2G looking at that middle presence.
Satellite with a judge. FRZ, you want to peep what's going on up here, man?
As long as Satellite doesn't jump, right? That's how this works now?
Yeah, I think that's how it works now. I think he's in the one-shot range. Does FRZ move back? Oh, he moves closer. Oh, hello.
Oh, no way.
No. They're blessed, man. It's all on smoke now.
Oh, missing a couple of shots. Important ones as well. Gonna force out the flash here, but now has a bit of backup. Nature not aware of how close it's gonna be. FRZ coming alive. Now Xander up against the world. Viper Spit gets deployed as well, just to stall things out. Gabix has no idea what is going on here. Xander just taking his time. Finds that first kill. Is going to be under pressure. 15 seconds left. Just has to stall things out. But now Xander's the last person alive. Doesn't just have to deny the spike, but has to stay alive all the way until the bloody end and just can't quite do it. Unbelievable. The form that 2G have returned with is simply looking sublime.
I think at every round they get here as well, every map they get here, they're just going to feel more and more and more energized, man, as time goes on. But OT, stakes are reset, economy is reset. It's a return to... this is just unlucky, man. You're in the perfect... You're literally in the perfect site. And then this double with... Dude, he had 23 HP, man. Oh, it's so unfortunate. Exa also dies on the rotate in as well. I mean, it's just unfortunate events occurring here for SRB. 2G staying in the game off of QCK and FRZ's efforts in this one. OT now. 2G on the defense. All right. Let's see what they got going on here. I like the approach. Sky getting then towards the A side. Standard split things. I like the Brinks is, applying a little bit of pressure on B main early on. It's going to deny a little bit of the space that SRB is looking for. And it's just a guessing game here in the mid round as the pressure for SRB looks to be towards the vent side.
Oh, FRZ does get spotted out here. A little bit of information gained as Satellite is just kind of spraying through the smoke, keeping them at arm's length. They're trying to understand how to navigate their way around mid, but SRB, they just default and play things nice and slow for the time being.
Poison's gone.
Attack op, man, it's disgusting.
In Smoke's hand, yeah, it's crazy.
And you know what's insane is I feel like not many people understand how annoying it is to play against a really good attack opper, especially on this map where like you need to jiggle and you need to jump spot things. And if you're the type of opper that is like, hyper aware of all these specific positions that people like to play to kind of jiggle for info, spot for info, it's really easy to punish. Now they're going to shift all over towards the A side, but 2G's space towards that B side has allowed them to have the stack. SRB now coming into exactly what 2G needs. 30 seconds left on the board. Smokes are going to dictate that, and it's all the final hit.
Okay, Satellite goes in. Is at least able to find one, but it's going to be a trade, and Brinks actually finds another. So things going a little bit more in 2G's favor. Still a 3v3. Smoke with the attack off. He's so close and he just doesn't yield.
Just give it to him, man.
It's going to be the spike down here. Nature gets that plant. Gobera, who's not necessarily had the best game in this series so far, walks right into it, but Smoke just a little bit too trigger finger hungry. Oh my goodness me. It almost happened, but Xander closes that one out.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. If Smoke did hit a rare smoke whiff, and then that guy doubled them in one round, I don't know if their mental is strong enough for that, man. That would have been absolutely heartbreaking, man. Smoke so rarely whiffs, and then if he whiffs that into a double kill, that's it. Just wrap it up, man. Like, just actually wrap it up.
And you're talking about these players' hearts. I don't think my heart can take that. Like, oh my god.
Yes, real.
It's the epitome of not like this, you know?
Yeah, man. Smoke's kills though. Holy. Wow. I'm surprised we're getting this level of play after all the events have happened, man. It deserves so much respect on the players' ends. Like, the passion is just unmovable, man.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is too, like, this is them in their most like primal form, if you will. Like, you know, they're tired, everybody's exhausted, they just have to lock back in.
It's pure
everything
passion, man.
Just against you in the world, and you got to play for this spot because you've got your eye set on this. And I'm going to tell you something, no matter who wins this matchup, this is going to help these players grow by so much. Like, the resilience being fostered in this single match is just going to be insurmountable.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, winning here changes your life too. Like, you win here, your life's completely changed, you know? It's really just the simplest way I can put it, man. There's so much here. Like, if there's no mental energy, there's soul, man. That's all that matters. Let's go. Here we go. Fast hit from 2G, looking for the B side this time to just kind of switch things up. Xander here with a little plate.
Great boss down. He's able to find QCK in that tricky angle there. Exa as well.
Look at FRZ.
Up top. FRZ, though, trades that one right back, and actually it's a cancel. Got to deal with this pesky Viper just all the way over there. FRZ simply cannot be stopped. Nature going down. Rotation, though, from 2G will get called to move towards this A site. The thing is, though, with FRZ on this angle, SRB can't really pass safely. They have to be so careful. Satellite going to be up to the chopping block next. Xander somehow is not able to find that kill. FRZ so low, but will keep everybody alive. Smoke on the site with that operator, and actually 2G called the cancel. They're going to be moving back towards this B site. If Xander finds his kill, though, it could be disastrous.
Yeah, I mean, they know exactly that Xander is the final B player right here. They've killed the other one.
30 seconds.
Avoiding Smoke's off is so smart. It's a really heads-up call. Xander's gonna need to make a play. He's gonna go for the spam. And he's still out and about, and he's looking for more, and he finds it. He's not going down without a fight. And the 4K for Xander to clean it up, man. The hero that they needed to close up the map. SRB off of Xander's back, the vet for the roster, the one who's been having a phenomenal year so far, and a great map to close things off. Iconic for SRB. The score is 1-1. We're going the distance, Marks. We're gonna be here all night. I could not be any happier. It's wow.
Yeah, this is just unreal, and like, you could see the energy in the room. Effie's flying.
And we are back, everyone. We hit right into the round. Let's go. Shopify Rebellion reminder, flawless on their pistol. Heading into the second one. I mean, we got the buy-ups now. Exa right away being able to hold down the fort. Marks, I'm so excited for some more Valorant.
Now the shackles are off. Smoke as well, getting a bit of information, and it's an excellent double trade with Nature just kind of going off of that one. And yeah, I mean, once again, a little bit of a tech pause there, but the SRB boys are looking great and still making sure to play everything nice and coordinated, as Smoke has just decided that he just wants to end this game, end the suffering, and find that win this round.
Just a casual back-to-back flawless, unless Brinks can make something happen here. With Exa on the other side of the wall, though, I feel like we should be able to see the nail in the coffin pretty quickly for Shopify to get their second on the board. Sure enough. I mean, again, if we're looking at keeping an energy up, don't leave Smoke hanging. There we go. If we're looking at keeping an energy up, to come back from the tech into a flawless is a nice way to do so.
Yeah. And once again, I cannot understate the value of Smoke starting to heat up on this map, especially on this defense. We know what this guy can do with the sniper rifle in hand, and it is disgusting. And now just making sure to find those kills, get that support for Nature to also come online, but be this level of aggressive while still being supported by the rest of them. I'm gonna be so real with you. If I had to wait like 5 hours to complete map number 2, I would not still have that level of coordination with my team. So excellent stuff coming out as we enter into this rifle round now for 2G. Still though, SRB, they've got weapons of their own, so this is going to be competitive.
Certainly will be. Trying to spam over on the C site, but Exa playing so far back, not wanting any of those stray bullets at all. It's gonna be a little slow push up though towards the C side, and a little bit of a lurk towards A. Smoke though, hidden down in sewers. Is there gonna be a further up push? That's gonna be the question. Oh, just tucked into the corner over there.
Yeah, and look at that trap wire. It's so annoying to deal with. They have nothing to be able to get it down unless they expend that shock dart. Decide not to do
careful.
it. Excellent stall from SRB. This is one of the issues 2G had in their finals in Brazil. The reason why they are in this tournament in the first place.
Oh, going over from the C site though, now a lot of bodies towards A. Smoke, there's an opportunity for him to get overwhelmed though. Marshall back up with the Sheriff. Not gonna try and dash out, instead take the fight head on, but the smokes are fading. Still staying alive now. 30 seconds on the clock. I mean, 2G, they have to make a plan and they have to execute it quickly. That's gonna be a good one to open up the round, but Sight isn't quite so free. Satellite has pushed up forward. He's trying to get more individuals down. 15 on the clock. Can they get the spike down? That is gonna be the question.
One enemy.
Time's just ticking away. Okay, that's gonna be the timing. Seconds left. Smoke though.
Oh no!
Not gonna be enough. The backstab for 2G to get the first on the board.
Wow, a crazy just wraparound play by FRZ God, who once again has been kind of that player, right? Who's been just so good at finding those timings, so consistent on those lurks. And sure, it looked a little bit whiffy for a second, but still we're able to pull that one back just at the end there. Smoke not able to capitalize on those kills, and you can tell Satellite was just kind of sending it down, hoping to find that opportunity. It was down to the wire for 2G. Once again, maybe a bit of a difference in idea on what was going to happen, but at the end of the day, they're able to scrape together that round. As find ourselves just waiting yet again. Satellite having the run it back available online. Couple of options for SRB to try and challenge this.
Please keep that.
Sierra.
No!
My hopes and dreams. They've been shackled, bound to the underworld at this point.
Marks, in all your time casting, have you ever shed a tear on broadcast?
Oh, we're getting deep tonight.
How close are we right about now?
I think tonight might break that streak, if I'm being honest with you. It's been 31 good years.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Yeah. Yo, this is not what I expected. I'll be on the cat.
Yeah. It's tough. I feel like that. I don't want to just keep on saying the same thing, but that's tough,
the real
guys.
conversation. Where's the real conversation? So Ash and Shio aren't the problem. It's either me, you, or Roy.
Oh no.
One of us is the problem. Their headsets are off. It's so cooked.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Hello. It is us again.
So back.
We're so back. Knock on wood. Don't jinx it. I mean, let's get to it. Let's just pick up where we left off. Let's not even talk about the elephant in the room. Shopify up 1 in the series, but we got buys for both of our teams now. But Xander, put in the dirt real quick.
Yeah, FRZ still as sharp as ever, even after all this time. To find those kills, it's going to be a paranoia coming through, but Nature actually finds Gobero. It's treated out by FRZ, and yeah, it's the flood in here, but FRZ's in control.
Oh, I mean, he has been so good throughout this series, and to not give that up now, wonderful. That's going to be spiked down, site taken over, and only 2 left here for SRB to try and make any way into the site. But I mean, Herb already up. It's going to be a little bit of a tough one.
Really will. Two players trying to enter here. Satellite at least has one flash, but Exa has no more utility available.
We're just gonna have to peek, hit the shot. The first one around the corner. I mean, Toxic Orb instantly up and a little bit of a spray through. Brings with 2 and a tied up game here.
Yeah, 3-2-3. See how 2G are going to continue to evolve their gameplay style. I mean, that time around, FRZ, not the person you would expect. Usually the Viper is not the person who's just going to run things down, but it's just like, I've simply just had enough, gets all of that space, plays expertly off of the space that Gobera was able to get, and just shuts down any resistance that Shopify Rebellion Black were trying to do there, leaving, of course, who else but Brinks to sweep up the end of that round. So tied up exactly like you said, 2-2. A little bit of a chopped buy coming through from Shopify Rebellion Black. Smoke, though, will at least have this Marshall. The recon dart is avoided, actually. That's a little bit of an oopsie, but actually just not quite the headshot we were all anticipating.
That's a tough one, too. I mean, you hear the orb, you hear the sound. It's as much as it's just a Marshall going up against all these buys, almost a freebie, but that one's a little bit tough. Xander, the other side of this, I mean, 2G, I mean, you gotta respect SRB and their shooting potential. You don't want to be rushing into anything too quick. As much as we've praised that firepower, be so careful. And I mean, Smoke gets damaged, but doing some in return as well. And it's a little bit of a back away from 2G.
Slow and steady. Just trying to bait their time out here. Xander, though, still holding extremely closely by. Waiting for a split-second angle, all the while FRZ, God. Trying to creep up that space there. Exa, though, is going to be prepared for this one. And at least we'll get that dart in here. Doesn't know just how close Exa is.
Oh my god, just second of util out. That's going to be a kill and a gun now in X's favor. 25 seconds left on the clock. And look at them. They're backing off.
Oh, this is going to be dicey, but he's able to get that space. It's going to be this flank from Xander. That could be everything. Whiffs the shots.
The whiff, and the slide around the corner from Gobera. Exa quick to be able to equalize, but with 10 seconds left, that's going to be B-site in their favor. Satellite tries to peek around the corner. Big UCK so quick on the draw. 1v2, Exa's so low, but so is 2G. Like this, I mean, it's difficult, but it's possible.
It does also have that rifle available. One more kill, and suddenly this becomes a lot better. Gabix's position, though, expert here. Yeah, Exa simply not anticipating that. And just like that, 2G will be able to pick up yet another round. This time now taking the lead here.
Okay, I mean, they're definitely playing with their lives with how close these timers are getting down. But, I mean, they're being so careful throughout this. You make a little bit of noise, see, kind of scope out where everyone is. You lose someone over on A, and then just the quick adjustment over to B with, I mean, just how much you're able to get that one lurk to poke up. 3 in a row. Money looking a lot stronger. But again, that was just a save for SRB. We got the big boy guns now.
Yeah, and once again, like, Smoke posted up here with this operator could find a lot of value, and it puts a lot of pressure, but I'm always still looking at Garage. That has been kind of a point of contention, between these two teams and taking that C space. I like the setup as well on how Exa's setting things up on that A site. But the big problem for me is how SRB are going to be dealing with FRZ God, who has just been running amok, continuously getting all of this space for free round after round. FRZ getting immense value, and Xander, though, ready for Brinks just in case that push comes through.
I mean, he's been able to get a lot of space, FRZ God, on a lot of those rounds, but enough that safer setup over on A, that one isn't going to be for free. And if you start to see maybe a fast execute from that sewers, you're going to have a rude awakening. As Spike and 2G starting to post up a little bit more. And of course, first point of contact, we get the camera, we get the information. Oh, a missed opportunity there, but SRB so quick to be able to make up that difference. A little spam through the cage as 2G try and commit to this, and it's just not going their way. Only one left, but a 2K. Okay, 1v2 already taken so much damage. Smoke and Xander are still alive. Have to try and push on forward through this. Doesn't quite have the information. Both posted up now in heaven, and where that spike is being planted, that is a rough one. Smoke puts him down yet again, tied up.
Yeah, great stuff that time around. I mean, given how 2G have pretty consistently ended onto that A site, given the space that FRZ has gone, you just see the reinforcements available up top in heaven. This time around, it's Nature with that Odin, which I've seen Nature do some disgusting things, but it's just the knowledge of where they want to step up. And once again, if you want to dismantle 2G, one of the biggest strategies that you can do is really discombobulate that push and really discombobulate that rush to make it so it is that winnable scenario. 3-2-3 now. Gun rifles in both of their hands. Smoke going exploring. Has Nature's Prowler to get that information. It will be safe passage for FRZ.
FRZ's been pushing up so much. Oh, but wall going down. I mean, that safe passage is not so safe anymore. Up finally, truly online for the team. And Smoke quickly taking advantage. Xander now posted up in the corner. The little bit of a judge. Oh, the quick feed from Gobera though. And right away, Neon ult to make sure he can get as much momentum as possible. The 3K already. And so many ults coming online for 2J. Really making sure that they can secure this round, do some heavy damage. Can we get the ace? He knows exactly where Nature is. Nature can be fast enough to pop around the corner. He waits out the ult, but he can't wait out the kill. Ace on the board for Gobera and 4 for 2G.
Gobera back onto his feet. You love to see that dedication come through from 2G. It comes down to that Neon ultimate being able to find a lot of value. Just a bit of awkward spacing. Xander not able to really secure the necessary kills there with that judge. The way that he would have wanted to make that one happen. Rightfully so, SRB are going to be taking this time out now. A lot of very key ultimates coming online for 2G. Looking at that lockdown, looking at that pit. A lot of options available for them to really just kind of get that spike down, and then it's going to be really hard for SRB to be able to push up into it. And I imagine this timeout is Effie's trying to explain, trying to, you know, dissect down how we can make sure that we don't get got by all these ultimates and we can make something happen out of it.
Especially after getting got by 2 of the ultimates in the last round, but also just the pace change coming out from 2G. I mean, we still get a little bit of like, okay, I'm over here, someone's over here, but just a lot more of a faster exit over on the C site. Thanks to Gobera, just making so much headway was so nice. A little bit of a change up from that kind of slower or like test the waters here, test the waters there that we've seen. So SRB, I mean, I love to see how they're able to slow that down just a little bit. I mean, I feel like with Xander in the corner at the judge, that one was just kind of tough. You get the kill there, 2G just lose all of that, Steve. Like that one's just tough.
Absolutely. And once again, Gobera has been having a quiet series. Hasn't really had those pop-off moments that you necessarily would have expected from that player. So being able to see that Neon come alive looks fantastic. It's going to be spotted out here, but at least taken care of. Smoke, though, leading the way. Blade Storm activated right into spawn.
I mean, spotted out, but how many do you think are pushing up? Not going to be testing too much more, though. They've given the information away, and 2G haven't committed anywhere. And now SRB going to disperse just that little bit more. Waiting to see here if 2G will poke up and get a little antsy.
Those individual kills, that might make it happen, but this recon drone could be everything. Yeah. All right, Smoke, gotta say bye-bye. He's gonna be backing off completely off the angle.
Shocking.
And while that's happening, it's going to be the push onto the B site. And of course, with weapons, okay, not that good. Xander still gets one, the right click, to get a weapon within his hands. And it's going to make such good use of it. The all-out brawl is going to put numbers in SRB's favor and equalize. It's only going to be Gab's coach to try and save this round still. Satellite through the smoke, but spam down. But Gab can't even try and take the 1v1s. But look at how low everyone is. Poke a little through. All that information. 15 seconds left. That's gonna be one with the shock dart. Now it's gonna be up to Xander. So pivotal in the round. Such low health. And Gabs to clutch up the round. The coach, everybody.
Yeah, Gabex is starting to feel it. Tell the frustration kind of mounting and really just taking it out in the server. Unbelievable stuff. It's such awkward play here. Xander's somehow able to just navigate around that site, stay alive in the midst of everything that's been going on here, all while all this chaos is going on. I'm surprised those shock darts didn't just hit a little bit earlier, as SRB just committed to holding that crossfire, but Xander unfortunately just a little bit too slow, while Gabex is now just flying the coach, the sub coming through and making sure that 2G see another day. The buy-up from SRB will be good this time around. Got that Nightfall available in case they need it, but they used 3 ultimates on that last round.
I mean, for SRB, considering how close that last round was, I mean, they get the full buy-up this round. Surely they can make something happen here. 2G, I mean, if they push towards that A site, you can see the stalker from SRB over there, but posting out garage, X is here. The one way, just to kind of dissuade 2G from peeking out further.
So playing very patiently. Yeah, this recon drone has been everything. FRC, what is this position? Oh no, might get the creep up, but Nature's watching with that Odin just around the corner.
Peek that. Don't peek that. He's waiting for you. Oh, he's getting so aggressive here. I mean, again, Viper, not normally the one you would see poke up so aggressively. Oh, he kind of seems a little trapped too. Look where Smoke is posted up. If he wants to poke on through, it's gonna be a dangerous one. But as that little shuffle happening over on A, 2G gonna press the go button over on the B site, where it's gonna be a completely open site.
Oh, Smoke though. Oh no!
What?
Doesn't find that shot, and now Killjoy ultimate gets utilized. This is looking amazing for 2G. They're gonna have that stall time to get themselves set up exactly how they want to.
Wow, that was such a nice shot coming out from FRC God. Sticking around though. Nature's checking all of these different spots. Are you gonna check that last corner though? That's going to be the question. It's flopping around. Surely not, but as time's ticking away. Getting kills is all SRB can really go for in this round. And of course, saving those weapons. Op has been recovered, which is going to be nice, but it will be another round loss here for SRB.
Yeah, tough one yet again, and man, the glow up from Gobera has to be studied on this map. Like, this is insanity, Sierra. Like, Gobera was consistently just kind of getting diffed by every single member on Shopify Rebellion, right? Like, it was not looking good. And then suddenly now, on this Neon, just taking full advantage of the fact that you could just slide in there, find those kills. Just looking so clean. Like, look at that. So fearless to be able to walk through. And FRZ, still such an impact player. Is still just doing the exact same thing round after round and still walking away with a kill or two. It's unbelievable just how much value FRZ has been able to get on that consistent A push-up.
And especially too with giving the information over to SRB, like Smoke knew he was there and FRZ still sat him down. And then you force so much resources into clearing you. It has been so tough. But now getting into this one, aggressive A site, and Smoke isn't going to miss this time. First pick in the round, but it's still going to be a 2G that wants to be pushing on to this site through the smoke. You don't know where anyone's going to hide, but oh my gosh, he's so far up. Smoke will at least be able to get the trade, but site still goes in 2G's favor. Now 3v3. At least if Smoke wants, there is a different weapon he can try and use to be able to take this site back, but
defeated.
Doesn't even get the opportunity here. But oh, look where Exa is. Hey.
Yeah, Satellite using some of that utility to get a little bit of space here, but it's just so difficult. They gotta find Gabex first. Exa not able to secure the kill. Satellite is able to at least get one, but time's ticking down. Satellite tries to make that one work, but Gobera is able to secure the kill yet again. Somebody stop this Neon.
Yo, I mean, I know that you said that Gobera, like, through this is like, you know, he's been doing good, but he's been, you know, a little quieter in terms of like the not taking over the server. But yesterday when we saw him on Sunset on that Neon, he was frying. And to be able to see him just in that form today is just so welcome. Like, this Neon has been such an issue for SRB. I don't even know if Neon, in fact, is the issue. It's just the fact it's Gobera on this Neon. Yeah. But yeah, picking up the pace here, not leaving it down into the final seconds has just done so much favors for 2G.
Looks like a timeout being called right now. I imagine this is probably on SRB's side. Yeah. This is not how you wanted this map to go. And I believe it was Roy who said that if you looked at how 2G played this one, they look so sharp, at least in their own individual region. So there's a reason why Haven gets selected by 2G here, because they know they had a game plan kind of coming into this one. So yeah, SRB got to collect their heads before they decide to hop back into the server, try to figure out a way to scramble up some of these plans, because unless they figure out a solution to Gobera's Neon, think this one is going to be very quickly slipping away from their grasp.
I mean, at this point now, if we can just get 5 on the half, we got a good game plan to get as close as possible. I mean, we can see that double duelist prowess of Smoke and Satellite to hopefully just try and take more advantage, be able to kind of run things down in a more of a similar manner. But if we're running things down, okay, 2G again, press on the go button. Xander yet again cleared out in the corner, and 2G quickly dismantling this round. No breathing room whatsoever for SRB. I mean, weapons were completely outmatched here. Nature, Satellite, both the stingers on the round. Smoke with this Guardian, but already Gobera in the smoke. Just continue to be such a pain point here. Now 2 versus 3. Ooh. Can they push on forward? That will be a gun recovered for Satellite, which will be nice. But again, look at Brinks here with this potential backstab. Eyeing up, I mean, they know people are playing long. You know somebody is there, but Brinks could have the most insane timing. Oh, is it just gonna be a hold though? Wait, he's so close. He tried, but QCK to get the double there. That was kind of a little too close for comfort though. I mean, pros don't fake.
Yep. Like, you see too, because we have these player cams, Nature's smiling like, oh, no way. Actually could have been a round found. And yeah, I mean, it's just, what do you do to stop this Neon, right? Like, unless you have some sort of Cypher utility to really ice him out, Gobera's just going to continue to run forwards and be able to take this space freely for 2G. It's so difficult to deal with it, but now at least rifles in hands. Oh my goodness, Gobera. Yeah, that's one way to deal with him. Just get him to run into your rifle, and that'll be nice and easy.
Okay, it's just going to be the run it back. So it's okay. SRB still full numbers. We just lose an ult in the round, but taking down the Neon, it's been incredible. But with the stack up over towards A, C completely free, and now SRB have to run across the entire way to get over there.
These flanks being set up, Gabix, the back line. It does seem like Nature is aware though, just misses the timing. Yeah, it's gonna be good. Watch the next corner. Oops, there goes Brinks.
Was Brinks, and such a good parry. Oh yeah, not able to quite follow up off of that, and Exa will be able to get the kill. Now pushing out through Garage. FRZ God up in the corner, and again, back's turn is going to be instant kills. 3-9, 2G, a solid lead heading into the side swap.
Yeah, it's that's not a good round for SRB. As exactly like you said, 9-3 now. Gobera really leading the charge when it comes to, you know, securing the space. A couple of oopsies moments here, but can you really blame the players at this point? I don't think so, but FRZ just so strong when it comes to so many of these weird angles, and so consistent as well to be able to find those kills. I know we talked about Xander specifically being that backbone for SRB, but 2G, man, FRZ God is just lighting things up so far.
I mean, going into the second half, though, I mean, for Shopify, you can get the pistol on the board, get this started off right, you're going to feel so good. But as well, I mean, Smoke and Satellite to finally start dishing out a little more damage of their own be such a welcome boon now that SRB over on the attack side. Instant Dog around the corner, but the shock darts, all the utility as well in the follow-up to just completely deny Garage from SRB. Only Smoke left alive, Sheriff in hand, but a 1v5 is an impossible ask. You get the first, it ain't gonna be a flawless, but we need 4 more of those, and QCK says hell no. Pistol round in the way of 2G.
Yo, what the heck? Why don't my classic right clicks work like that? I'm pretty sure all 3 bullets finding Smoke's head. Crazy way to start off this round, and yeah, all the momentum right now absorbed by 2G, manifesting in some of these crazy rounds. FRZ has just decided he's simply had enough. He's just willing to take every single opportunity because he knows he cannot miss, and has not been missing on this Viper play. An excellent little setup trap that works out perfectly for 2G. Right now we're looking at that double digits. SRB, a lot of work to be done if they want to try to come back into this one.
And it's work they're going to try and get done ASAP. The buy-up, Stingers in hand, and a quick little push out onto this B site. But of course, better weaponry in the hands of 2G, and QCK is 4 with the
What,
Spectre.
man?
I mean, are we going to get another ace on the side of 2G is the question. Exa, Sheriff in hand. It's not going to be a round win unless we see the craziest things of all time. But for SRB, I mean, investing in this one and that happening, that's going to be the ace for QCK. I feel like 2 aces for 2G starts to become a statement.
It genuinely is, right? Like, there's no way you're kind of... The mental right now must be tanked. I mean, you're dealing with exhaustion. You're dealing with a Spectre running you down on your rifle round. That's not how... Or sorry, not on your rifle round, but on a buy-up to kind of even out the weaponry. And SRB are going to try to scrap this one together. Smoke going to have that Marshall. 2 Stingers coming through for Satellite Nature. Sorry, a 3rd Stinger in Xander's hands as well. 2G, meanwhile, nice and comfortable. Haven't really seen them sweat that much. I mean, looking a little bit rattled earlier, but now that things have kind of settled down, they're really easing into their own gameplay and are looking damn good doing it.
I'm seeing a 3 seconds on the timer. Not going down into a 2 seconds here.
Say it ain't so.
I will not go. No.
Oh,
no!
turn the lights off.
It just take us home.
Very apt right now, that's for sure.
All right. I mean, hopefully this isn't the same as the last positive. This could be a quick resolution, but I mean, for SRB, if we're just gonna be honest, I think it's looking pretty cooked. I believe in a good old Stinger Rush. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But back-to-back, having to go for the back-to-back Stinger Rushes after losing the first one to an ace to then be 1 away from 2G on match point.
Yeah.
At 10 p.m. is a little bit of a rough one.
Yeah. No, it 100% is. I mean, once again, like one of the things that I was thinking about, given our current situation, was the importance of Shopify Rebellion Black playing together, executing their strategies. They do a lot of preparation. They use their utility to set up these plays. And really, with just, let's call it a marathon, because at this point it is a marathon. With what has been going on, a lot of that gets put to the test. And it's so much more difficult to try and make something happen in order to make sure that you can start to pull these strategies together into the prime form that they've seen. I mean, it's so much more difficult, especially when you're going up against the 2G who thrive in that chaos, who are just ready to make those spectacular, flashy plays in your face, honestly. And I know that SRB probably was coming into this with a bit of a game plan on how they wanted to actually approach a lot of it, but it's so hard to execute it given their current circumstances. Well, 2G, man, it just looks like they're on fire, Sierra. They look unstoppable at the moment.
Well, I mean, not even just say circumstances too, but like realistically, when we look at Haven, we look at 2G. This is their map pick. It's also something they've been exceptionally strong on in the past too. So circumstances, the time, everything tech pauses suck. Don't get me wrong. But putting all of that aside, 2G, like they are such a formidable team. I feel like they've been counted out a little bit because of the fact that, you know, we see Caps stepping in, we see the coach stepping in, right? Kind of maybe like, and then super as the underdog. But like this team is so strong, and being able to see that fully on display on maps like Haven, I think is so nice. And that's gonna be a little bit of that nerf coming on through Smoke. Getting away with his life, only 10 HP left as we're fully back into the swing of things. Again, pivotal round for SRB, forcing up into this as well, doing anything they can to make sure 2G isn't on match point. Xander with the Stinger will be the first one to get the kill. Now a push out on it to the site, but they're still going to be outmatched. Outlaw, 1 shot, 2 shots. And a push through the smoke, so much noise. Verzi got, a little bait and switch. Okay, 1v2, Satellite has a gun, Gobert has no health, and if you can isolate these fights, it can be so good. No bullets, forced to go for the reload. Little peekaboo around the corner, Satellite!
Man.
4 in the round for the clutch. Shopify still in this.
That is unbelievable. You even see the pre-fire come through. It is unbelievable, but yeah, amazing stuff coming through from Satellite to be able to clutch up that final kill and make sure that SRB aren't just quite done yet. A lot of circumstances going on, but once again, Satellite, a player who thrives in that chaos as well. An excellent timing to find that opener from Xander to make sure that this was going to be a competitive round.
Wow, that was incredible. Again, so needed for Shopify to, I mean, keep 2G off of that match point, but as well a little bit more momentum going into that. And those kills, scoring him to run it back, but going to be shot down instantly by Gobert. But you know where he is now. The rest of SRB can be closing him out. That could be off huge. Weaponry still isn't 100% for SRB, but the shot's still going to be oh so nice. Only QCK already within the round, going up against 3 of Shopify's owned.
Spotted out smoke as well. Spike is on an island here. QCK finds the first headshot. He's pinged out. Xander, gonna be good for it to clean that up. QCK going down and SRB find their 5th round here. As 2G, they're so close to victory, yet SRB are doing this 1 round at a time.
I mean, again, if SRB can get the momentum going, this is such an attack-sided map. Like, they just need that momentum, that money to be able to keep this going. And we can see them bring this back, not just to tie this up, but to potentially take that win. So, of course, for 2G, they're oh so close to closing this out, but this isn't a done deal quite yet. A little bit of testing the waters. Gobert over on A long, but nobody's gonna be home for SRB. Instead, posted up around the rest of the map.
A bit more of a patient play. Once again, assuming that they've watched the tape on 2G, they know that they like to go for that first wave of aggression, so this time around, just playing a little bit more slower with this. Bit more of a default. QCK just popping it a little bit early. A little bit antsy there. No information was found, and no information was going to be gained. A Prowler to at least let them know that someone's there.
It's a couple of warning shots, you know? Don't come over here. It ain't gonna be a good time. But SRB slowing things down just a little bit after all of that chaos. But posting up, you're gonna see a little bit more of push towards the A side. Gobert is still diligently watching this A long, but the noise is made, so they know that he's gonna be around here somewhere. Is SRB not a push forward? Again, we're backing up with 30 seconds left in the round.
Oh boy, what's the plan here? Looks like it's gonna be Russian Garage. QCK, oh no, the lockdown could be diabolical.
Oh, but they're just pushing into this. They gotta push on forward, but the molly and now the lockdown, this can be absolutely devastating, but they just don't have the time to do anything else. That is going to be a little pogo from Xander, all to make sure that he is not going to be slowed down as 2G try and push onto the site. No time left. What a great ultimate coming out from 2G to secure the round. It could be all of the attack side of maps that you want, but if SRB can't even literally move, then what's the point?
A comical round of errors. Felt like that's how that goes. First, the Molly misses that lockdown. They don't actually know exactly where it is, and as a result of that, it's able to go through. You see Xander as well take the global teleport away, try to escape it just for a second and come right back into things, but just missing the timing, getting detained, and has forced to stick the TP. That is absolutely brutal. And not a good way for that round to go as 2G find themselves onto map point now, ready to take the lead back into this series here as they get closer and closer to making that 2-1 scoreline a real possibility.
We're pushing up so much. Exa, there was a moment when he was jumping that could have gone it right, but still gets the kill in the end. The first one be opening up this round. It's SRB again, just posted up around the map, slowly eyeing up this B site.
This should be a pretty successful hit too. Nobody home. At this point, we know 2G like to retake, but Brains actually might get a little bit frisky with it. Okay, Exa finds QCK.
I mean, QCK has loved going for those little peek arounds, little wraparounds. Exa to sit him down. Now Spike is down so much more time in the round. SRB not gonna make that mistake again. And pushing out so aggressive to try and shut down 2G before they even start really being able to push up through a link. Brinks as well, kind of eyeing up Garage, but again, look how posted back SRB are to just really make sure they don't get flanked at all.
Nature's ready. Yeah, let's get that ultimate online, buddy, just in case. But actually, it's just a save being called from 2G here. A little bit, way too much pressure. I think in addition to having that Nightfall available, they're like, hey, let's just save it. All we need is one. And if that's the case, let's just take it nice and easy, relax a little bit and get set up, have our comms ready to know how we can defend into this next round, because Shopify Rebellion Black had such an easy time taking that B site. And then a little bit of misfires coming through from 2G, allowing X to isolate and find those kills, makes it so that 2G's retake almost feels impossible before it starts.
I mean, for a 2G that's loved poking up and getting space, to just default around a little bit and try and make sure they just get eliminated so early, so nice. And I mean, for a player like Exa to be, you know, on the job, also amazing. He's going to be on a little bit of a solo mission going towards the C side. But 2G, they've loved pushing up this A-long, trying to do it a little bit more aggressive. And it's going to be the two-prong approach. Sewers as well. So much util from SRB, though, to truly push them back. Exa, unfortunately, can't get the kill there. So it does leave lurk potential here open for 2G. If SRB don't fully commit into this A site and back off, FRZ's God is going to be waiting for them. And I mean, if he just turns this corner, I don't know if SRB like gonna be ready for it. Guns are still out, but one, maybe two here. Okay, equalize, but at least getting that kill. SRB, that's gonna be a high tail over to C.
Yeah, backing out here. QCK gonna be challenged yet again. Be hanging out, spots out Smoke Sad, gets that information, backs off. So now this should be an easy plant for SRB, unless 2G decide to get a little bit crazy with it.
All right. First and alt, Satellite in the corner, gets cleared, and two left for SRB to try and hold the spike. Smoke pushing up so far forward, the little jump around the corner. Okay, he's not going to get traded out though in Nature with the two. This looks so much more possible. Oh. The 2v4 for Shopify to still stay in this map.
The mental of steel. Nature. Yeah. Sit back in your chair after that one, buddy. That was an unbelievable play coming through from him to make sure that this was going to be SRB still alive in the midst of this matchup here. An unbelievable play, and that will be more than enough. Smoke getting a little bit crazy with it as well, trying to go exploring in a 2v4 scenario that simply should not have been. You can still tell that it's a little bit all over the place. FRZ is still finding so much value with just being alive, and it all comes down to Nature lining them up and knocking them down and finding that third kill as well. Yeah, that's the hype you need if you want to try and find your way back in, as that tack timeout will be called from 2G. All they need is one, Sierra. All they need is one.
I'm glad we got to see the cam pop off of SRB though, because I was surprised when we were yapping that everyone seemed so chill, but I get it. They're pausing after their celebration, but I mean, timeout here for 2G just makes so much sense. They're one away from closing this out. You don't want SRB to be closing out, but where can 2G just close this out? Is it just like run it down with the alts, close it out while you have that momentum?
I mean, I think they just gotta. Like, the big thing that's been foiling Shopify Rebellion Black is when they just go hyper aggressive, and 2G are able to take a lot of that map control space. I mean, even that last round was such a good exemplifier what happens when SRB don't have control of what's going on. It's so much more curious, so much more exploratory without that solid plan until they find and isolate those kills. But given the weaker weaponry, I don't know if this is going to be necessarily that round. Crazier things have happened, but SRB still just kind of taking their time.
Take the pause, get on the same page before you get the full weapons on the next one. But SRB, you still have to be careful. The fact that 2G, I mean, we've gotten to see thrifties, we've gotten to see that crazy stuff that you're talking about. They've gotten to 2 aces this game. You got to give them respect. And SRB, so slow on this round. This is where we'll see the momentum pick up a little bit, though. The clear out of Garage, try and push forward that little bit. But there's 4 over here on the C site, just waiting them. First one around the corner, Smoke the first kill. But if TG can just hold on, take a weapon for themselves, he'd be so good. Hidden all in the smoke. First cleared out by the Molly, and then second off by Exa. Now just up to Gabs, 1v4, and a spike that goes down for SRG.
Yeah, you know, Gabix only got a frenzy in hand. This one's going to be looking a little bit tough, buddy. But still, might just die to spike. Deny that additional economy to the Shopify Rebellion Black players. An excellent just kind of fall in here from SRB, making sure to just storm the castle. Honestly, good utility as well coming through from 2G to make it as confusing as a brawl as possible. But when it comes down to those brawls, I know I've always favored 2G in that chaos. But I think that given the difference in weaponry, simply was just not meant to be. And yeah, just like that, spike goes boom. Nature gonna get one more kill, one away from having that Nightfall already back online. That's how much Nature's been doing these past couple of rounds. 4 rounds away now, Sierra, from them potentially pushing overtime.
This is where it gets dangerous, though, because that timeout from 2G, the next round they didn't have the weapons, right? Makes sense. But now they got that full weaponry. So if there was a plan that was truly, this is where we can see executed. And I mean, surely that one didn't go in their favor, but they're slowly gathering their resources themselves. That's 3 ults.
I'll find you.
Could be the press X to win here, but it is going to be an aggressive peek this time. Bit of Sova utility and Golbera trying to use that ultimate to make that one happen. On the other side, a Viper's Pit going. So they're trying to funnel SRB to go in their appropriate directions, but curious to see how SRB are going to be biting one of these sites.
So test the water a little bit. We're gonna learn bot, which is nice. A little bit of information now denied from 2G going on forward, but that's still not gonna be a one that you want to push through. So B or A have to be the answer, and going into it, B looks like it's going to be it. Instantly, 2G gets out though, and that's gonna be a site in the way of SRB, who backs off.
Yeah. And that's really good because look, the Viper's Pit gets canceled actually on that C site. And still though, Golbera still holding with that operator. And now more question marks being made. Look at Gabix's positioning though. Hunter's Fury online. Gonna be using that one just in case. And oh, Brinks is so close by.
Tucked in the corner, but Xander to clear him out as re-hit B site the second time around is gonna be the call. Hunter's Fury will be able to get a kill though. But now, 25 seconds in the round. Spike hasn't gone down quite yet, but still, B site fairly open. Xander will be able to get that planted. Again, though, we're 2G. Still a lot of firepower within this round to be able to make this push on forward.
Here we go.
Call is being made to, okay, here we go. Neon Overdrive.
It's going to be the first piece of the puzzle. Get that information as Golbera pushes on into the site. Smoke cleared out. Xander pushing on out of the site. For Z-God, I mean, he has been so consistent on trying to go for those low rounds as well, but Exa again denies it. 2G is the one with control of the site now. A little bit of a tap of the spike to try and force SRB to peek, but a peek without getting the kill, no good. QCK forced to be backing up, and Shopify get their 9th.
All right, they're starting to work a little bit better together, which is what SRB needed. Kind of re-entering into this to control those bouts of chaos from 2G. Think about how many ultimates they expended in that last round. The Hunter's Fury, the Viper's Pit, the Overdrive. That has to just be an absolute win coming through from Shopify Rebellion Black. Meanwhile, 2G though, I mean, once again, 1 is the golden number, right? They literally just need to crack this open with 1 more round. And at a moment's notice, it does feel like those reliable players like FRZ could have those pop-off opportunities. It could really turn things into their favor, and that could be all she wrote. So still life on the line. It's a bit of a lower buy here. Brinks with that Stinger has devastated them before. Let's see whether or not they can get activated here, but it looks like SRB are eyeing this A site.
You know that 2G have been so consistent in poking up long here, and you know someone, you gotta know someone is tucked around this corner, pushing up through sewers as well. This is gonna be the one that matters. Okay, smoke, just sit, Golbera down. Already 2 kills within the round. A-site's not gonna be free though. Still 2 bodies over on this site, and there's a lurk coming on through. Exa, of course, has the trip set up, so it's not gonna go unnoticed. And also just a little bit too slow means FRZ in an impossible 1v5.
And look at that, Xander just looking for it as well. Paranoia coming through. Oh, max ranged. Can't quite catch him there, but Spike literally just going to be planted now, so they've got maximum time to go hunting here. And Satellite going for the sum swing. Can't quite find it. FRZ still alive. Exa, though, will clean that one up. And still, Shopify Rebellion Black, they stay alive. No more timeouts remaining, I believe, for 2G. As once again, the back's against the wall. 2 more rounds until OT is forced. It's gonna, oh, sorry, I take it back. 2G did have one more in their pocket. And this has to be a big one, because if they lose this round, their economy gets broken yet again, and they're just gonna be stuck in that cycle.
I mean, double digits for Shopify on the board now. This is getting to be so close. And last time we saw the timeout, like, we had a couple of those big ultimates to be able to try and plan around. But 2G, I mean, every option that they've tried has just been stopped by SRB. I mean, these pushes have been so phenomenal. But SRB is heating up. Like, they just need one more play, but we've said that for so many rounds and they haven't found that solution.
Yeah, they really haven't. I mean, this is one of the issues, right? Like, when you look at how 2G were kind of playing that attack, it was very, oh my God, we're just going to roll ourselves in. Hey, yo, what's up? We're setting up camp on your site and there's nothing you can do about it. That becomes a little bit more of a problem when 2G is spread all throughout the map, which is what defense necessitates. A lot more of that kind of trap utility, trap play. It's no longer dictated by how 2G want to play the round. It comes down to Shopify Rebellion Black's pacing, and when they're in the driver's seat, they get to play their own game, and you know they've got the strategies to win this one out. 2G, though, a lot of information gained right off the rip. Gobera trying to add that pressure on A.
Little spam through the smoke. Not gonna get anybody, though. And SRB still trying to push up. I mean, of course, Gobera's had to have backed off, but still a lot of presence over on this A site. Looking at the sewer sides, though, where nobody is. This is going to be a push over through main. That's going to be first off Nightfall. Get that information with wall up. We hesitate a little bit over onto this push. Exa,
Smoke.
Oh, smoke. The young guns of the team. 3 kills between them, and the timeout from 2G just doesn't amount, again, to anything.
FRZ on the flank could be watching for Exa. Will find that individual kill, but the call gets made. We have to save our weapons. Talked about the boomers falling asleep here, but the zoomers are definitely still aiming and definitely still in this one. Smoke and Exa single-handedly, or I guess not single-handedly because there's 2 of them, double-handedly tear that site open and make sure to find the necessary kills so that it's easy for them to just walk in and get that spike down. An excellent round from SRB, which will break the economy of 2G here. They've got 1 ultimate online, that from the shadows. And to be fair, Brinks has found massive success with that specific ultimate in navigating to the perfect spot, but it still is a lot to ask to try and use that one to find victory. I gotta see something different from 2G here if they want to make sure they can stop this overtime from being a reality.
I mean, you'll definitely get to see something a little bit different. It's going to be them trying to fight to close out this match with just not that great weaponry, Marks. That's a tough one. Again, this was so dominant for 2G going into this side swap, but I mean, SRB, once they got that momentum in their favor, like, they've just not let go. But okay, we didn't break the economy as much as we thought. We did get to save 2 weapons. We have a couple of Spectres on the board, but reasonably, this could be a lot worse. A little bit of util and a big stack up of SRB over towards the C side.
For once, they actually don't bother with that A site. I mean, look, the adaptation from 2G. Now they wanted to specifically reinforce things. And all the while, Lexus Cam is just watching just in case of that over-rotation. 2G decide that they're going to end up on B. I think this is where they get frisky with it. They're going to try and push out, and that's exactly what happens, opening up an opportunity potentially for them to find the backs of SRB. But no, it doesn't look like that's fated to be.
So aggressive in mid coming out from 2G. Actually, that was not going to let them be able to push on too forward, and with nothing being delivered to 2G, they're going to back off as well. But SRB have another trap to look towards. KJ who's been pretty religiously playing over on C, now towards this A site. And with the run it back and a push forward onto A, SRB are gonna run right into it. QCK instantly shut down the Phoenix. And now SRB know AJ and the setup is here. And so is the rest of 2G. Popping around the corner, trades coming on through. And it's already only Exa left in the round 1v3 to try and take this into an OT. Pinged out as well. Full information, gets one, but not enough on like 2D to be closing out Haven and go up one in this series. It was a game that almost spiraled out of control, but the final round where the money still wasn't the best, and close it out.
Yeah, we were always being so scared of what 2G could accomplish, especially with just that lower buy. They just needed that moment of brilliance. They just needed a bit of a slip up, and that specific round, you could see it happening. The way that SRB just decided to continue to commit into it while 2G left and gambled on keeping C side open. If SRB chose that site, it would have been an easy plan. It would have gone a completely different direction. But 2G, they keep their cool despite it all. SRB, who was really pulling things back here, are not unfortunately able to stick the landing, and 2G now advances series 2-1 as they don't show any sign of slowing down. But we're going to be going to a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We'll just see you on the other side of that.
Well, everyone, it is certainly late. And of course, out of respect for the players and them being able to get some rest, that is where we're going to be pausing our grand finals for today. Teams have agreed that we will be continuing the rest of this grand finals tomorrow. Time to be determined, and you can follow Ace NA Valorant over on Twitter for your updates for exactly what time we are going to be back. Thank you all so much for tuning in today, supporting the teams and the players, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Have a good night.